Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Airing It Out podcast. He is Hollow Clutch. I am Dustin Marion. How are we doing, bro?
I'm good. I'm happy we got this situated compared to the debacle from last week.
Jesus Christ. I got so many fucking wires and cords and oh, Jesus. This is so crazy. This live stream shit is difficult. You see why I was banging my head against the fucking wall trying to do shit on my own?
I know. It gets crazy, man. It gets out of hand. And now look. But we're made back. It. We're here. We're back.
Yeah, we're here. All right. So let's we usually wait. I guess we did it the other way before.
Because we was in a time crunch. We was crunching it out.
Yeah, I remember. I'm like trying to fucking figure out what our format was from the first and the last. But all right, so we got a Democratic president. How we doing? How we feeling about that? You excited?
Yes and no. Like I think I've stated this before. I just don't know what they want to do. I'm opposed to them trying to have lockdowns again. They're trying to talk about doing lockdowns again.
So San Diego or I don't know what part of California, but I know San Diego it just shut down anything indoors. So indoor dining is gone. Gyms shut down. Everything. So basically lockdown 2.0 again.
How do you want the world to function? Like how do you expect? All right, so here's my thing, right? This virus is 99% survival rate. That's what it is. That's what it's at right now. It's 99%. You survived the virus. Obviously,
that's a fact stat.
That's a fact stat. Now, when you go to like the 70s and 80s, it's probably like 98%.
Okay.
Around there for people who are that age.
Correct.
But anybody under, like for little kids, it's like 99.99999%. Like it's along those things. So I was talking to my friends today, and I was like, yeah, people are scared about this virus. People are scared about the lockdown. But no. So basically what it seems to me, what the government is telling me and what people who are trying to harp and make the coronavirus, COVID-19, this fucking the worst thing ever is, all right, fuck depression. Fuck child abuse because child abuse is up. Fuck domestic violence. Domestic violence is up. Fuck divorce. Divorce is up at an all-time high. You got depression. You got mental health of kids, mental health of people, all of that shit. Fuck all of that. Fuck basically society. But we're going to focus and harp on this one thing that was politicized basically to make Trump look ridiculously bad, which he mishandled. But I think any president in that situation was going to kind of mishandle that situation. Maybe somebody else would have done it a little bit better. But they would have still mishandled it in a sense of like, it would have never been perfect. Nobody would have had a perfect response to something that in our lifetime was a worldwide pandemic. Like we weren't alive.
That I remember would be like to AIDS, right? And we don't even remember how that was. I mean, for the most part, I think that was handled piss poorly too.
Exactly. And that was like, it made Magic Johnson retire early. People thought if you had HIV, you were gay. People thought Eazy-E was gay. It's like, are you gay? Because only gay people were going to get tested for it. But that was obviously, hindsight is 2020. We know the evidence and we know everything like that. It's
and you
not
have to have like fluid contact, and people thought that if you breathe on them,
if you touched them, you were getting AIDS.
Right.
And like for the most part, we've had this virus for now almost 8 months now. And technology,
COVID, not
COVID,
yeah,
but we've moved along. We've got enough information. I said this is the first time you could say that the entire world was kind of working together to solve it and try to get a handle on it. But we can't continue to be locked down. Like the financial ramifications of this is way worse than COVID. I'd rather have COVID 100 times than what's going to come after this.
I think this country is gonna go into a ridiculous financial depression, bro.
Yep.
They're gonna, you know what I find weird or interesting, depending on what side that you sit on or think about it. But I feel like, and this is crazy, a little conspiracy theory, but I feel like they're already trying to push like a very socialistic kind of principles on us. Everybody stay home, don't do this, don't do that. Everybody gets a ration amount of money. It looks like Andrew Yang's idea about
basic UBI.
Yep, universal basic income is going to start to come into play because Kamala and Biden look like they want to start handing out $2,000 a month to try to help people along. But how a business is going to survive? And then what's the check that they're going to cut because the Republicans are not, they want to make a $500 $1 million offer, and the Democrats are somewhere in the trillions. And
Yeah,
then who knows, if Trump is all pissed off because he lost, how he might not want to push it forward because technically he's still in charge.
true. But I doubt the House is gonna let anything get passed while he's still in office. Like
Right.
anything with that kind of big legislation.
So what do we got to wait? We got to wait until
We got to wait. We got to wait till January, February. And again, as long as it's you have to have a plan. If you have a plan and lay it out and kind of how you're gonna pay for it, then I'm all for it. But this whole just printing money and giving it away, I'm not about that life. Like I'm not about it. Like Andrew Yang had a plan, had a way to pay for it, and he took it from the Alaska, who was charging the oil companies just a small fraction, and everybody in that state was getting paid from the oil companies in that state, and they've been getting paid for almost 40 years now. So we can't say this is a brand new thing. And the way he was explaining it and saying it was like $1,000 a month per household isn't gonna like make anybody rich or not make anybody want to go to work. It's just all right. Now that idea you had, that podcast you wanted to start, that company you wanted to start.
Right. It allows more creativity, basically.
Correct.
You got to split your bills as much.
Correct. So that person was making $600 a week with 2 kids. Now you get an extra $1,000 a month. That helps out. Now you can.
What's going to happen is the whole entire United States of America going to turn into influencers and TikTokers and
Maybe.
Instagrammers, right? Like, is that the trend that we're headed to? Because now, bro, it's so scary that, they're basically telling you can't hang out with your family for Thanksgiving. And if you do, you got to keep those numbers low. You could only have 4 people over.
That's another dumb thing. Like, all right, in California, on some some Soviet Union shit is going on in Russia, right? I mean, in California right now, and that's crazy to me. Where I heard Gavin Newsom talking about if you go to a restaurant, you got to take a bite, put your mask back on, chew your food, take your mask off, take another bite.
Get the fuck out of here. He said that?
Yeah. That's crazy, bro. All right, so
How you supposed to do that?
I don't know, bro. In New York, I cursed this lady out. I know she was doing her job, but it was just so idiotic to me. We went to dinner on Sunday, and we went to a restaurant for somebody's birthday who I know. There's at least maybe 100 people in the restaurant. At least.
Okay. Social distance?
No shot. No shot. Not even a little bit. Right? So I walk in and she goes, masks? I'm like, mask? The homeboy right here is sitting 4 feet away from me with no mask on. And me walking into the establishment, you're telling me I gotta get a mask? So I'm like, no, I don't have one. So they give me a mask.
Okay.
So we walk to the table, literally 10 steps, take my mask off, and I'm good.
Yeah, that doesn't make a lot of sense.
What?
Also, too, to bring in the Asian culture, who I think have had a better handle, not on the virus, but just on how they manage sick people. If you're sick, you wear a mask. If you're not sick, you don't wear a mask.
Exactly.
I don't understand, like...
And they've been doing that for years. Years.
Right.
The Japanese have handled it perfectly. They've been doing that for years. If you're sick or you have any symptoms of being sick, you wear a mask. You're courteous to the people who are, who are healthy. But like we have to do something with whoever's high risk. So either you have diabetes, you're deficient in vitamin D, you're overweight, you're really old. All of those contributing factors. So like if I was to go see my grandparents, it's my job to be responsible enough that I'm gonna go from my house to go see my grandmother. Not go from my house to the supermarket, to go shopping, to go to my friend's crib, to go to the liquor store. Then I'm gonna go see my grandmother. That's not how it should go. You should go home, go see your elderly parents or grandparents, or whoever you want to see. Say hello, love them, and after that, then go about doing your daily routine or your nightly routine or whatever you're gonna go shopping, whatever the case may be. But like people are like, oh, I don't want to get my grandparents sick or I don't want to get my parents sick. All right, so just make sure you're responsible, and that's it, and we go from there. But all this, people are just like. Oh, they're like people too are anxious for something that you don't need to be anxious about. I think people are too emotional to things. Be rational.
I get you. I also think though that the media has done a piss poor job at all of it. Actually, they've done a great job at continuing to keep people fearful.
That's why I was upset.
That's what gives them anxiety.
That's why I was upset with them too, because they were trying to make like Biden this all-knowing guy who was this fucking fantastic. and he would have handled the situation better when nobody would have handled the situation correctly.
I think the only thing that you could say that could have been better was maybe the way, Trump delivers his message, because you could tell homeboy, like doesn't read the script and
No,
just
for
shoots from the
sure.
hip, right? So maybe they would have made it sound more eloquent, but it still would have been a
Maybe
shit show. It's a novelty virus. No one knew what to expect and what to handle it. And right now, I live in the SSR, formerly known as California, and I don't even know if Gavin Newsom knows what he's talking about. And where's the scrutiny for him? I
exactly.
think that a Supreme Court ruling had him, like, they took away some of his power because he was just changing and making laws on the fly. And so, I mean, it sucks, man. Like, there's gonna be so many people out of work, bro.
And they
You
don't.
know,
And the thing is, the answer is going to be either print a shit ton of money and give people money, and with nothing to see in return or no plan. Everybody's like, all right, we're gonna lock everything down. Which the WHO came out and said that's the worst idea you could do.
Really?
Yeah, to keep people locked down and inside, because that's when you contain. It's the most contagious, because they said that when you're outside, it dies directly in sunlight. So what mostly people get is from like indoors in stores, and then and let's say somebody has like a small asymptomatic case of it, and you go to somebody's house, you're indoors, so there's no UV light, so it can't kill it on contact if you're talking to somebody. So
So that's a fact now.
yeah.
'Cause they didn't know what the fuck they were talking about. The WHO kept walking back and walking forward.
They were
Shit.
just going on what information they knew without having any testing. So
Okay,
that's the
right-
tough part
so
too.
right now, UV smashes it. That's
Yes,
it.
it's supposed to instantly on contact, it dies.
Wow.
But it's because the reason why and it went back up was because you had the Black Lives Matter, you had the protesting, you had everybody on top of each
I mean,
other.
everybody's blaming now Halloween too, right? Because everybody
Yep.
went to a Halloween party
Exactly.
with friends, even though Halloween was apparently canceled through the whole entire United States.
Supposedly.
Motherfuckers just made house parties.
Of course. That's all. They went back to the old days
Yeah.
where you went and you did indoor parties.
I'm really fearful for all the mom and pop shit.
Yeah.
Because obviously the big dogs are gonna, like, the Kmarts, the Walmarts,
Amazon.
right? Well, those motherfuckers really don't have a building, right?
They
So they're
don't
not a
care.
brick and mortar company. If
They
you
just
think
have
of-
they just have a shit ton of warehouses, but
That's it.
for the most
Right,
part they
yeah.
don't have
But
any
that
brick and
shit runs
mortars.
itself basically, you know. But I'm like, what happened to like that nice Italian restaurant that only had like 10 tables?
Yep.
Bye. But also too, I mean, this outdoor dining shit is gonna get canceled too, because here comes inclement weather, right? What happens when it starts raining and it starts snowing?
How
And
about
it's cold as
how about when they had you ever seen the tents, those little tents with the
They have that out here.
Yeah, so they were saying, oh, so you can't dine inside, but you bring the outside to dine inside. Like it was one of those memes. Like it was just ass backwards. Like it was
But
just
for me,
weird.
like I went to dinner with the missus, like you, I think last Sunday, not this Sunday, but the Sunday before that, and they were like high end restaurants having you dine in the street, because
Yep.
I'm not paying $90 a plate to eat in the street.
Exactly.
This is not happening.
And it sucks because you got all those workers who who live off the food industry, people who tip,
Tons, bro.
bartenders, you got hostesses, waiters, bus boys, like everybody. Like I was a bus boy, like that. You made money off that. At
Well,
17,
I live
18.
in a city that tourism is like the number one thing. So now there's no tourism because they're gonna say, hey, you can't come. Then the hotels you're not gonna be able to stay at. The restaurants you're not gonna be able to go to. The bars you can't go to. Like, what the fuck? I mean, for us it's a little different, only because in California the weather's a little better. I don't know how you're gonna do it in the middle of January when it's snowing. What
Yeah.
are happening to all those restaurants? And New York is another destination place. I mean, think about all the restaurants that are in Manhattan. There's tons.
Yeah, Cuomo's an idiot. He was like, "Oh, you can't have more than 10 people in your house, like for Thanksgiving." And I'm like, "That's up to the person. That's up to the people. You got to be responsible
That's the
enough."
thing. They're taking away like your right to choose, basically.
Exactly.
By
And-
forcing you to like these restrictions.
Even the right to work,
Right.
to say you can't work, like that is insane to me. You can't. You're forcing people not to do things. So it's just sketchy, man. I'm a little shooken by like this Kamala and Biden, like talk about mandatory mask and mandatory lockdowns, and
Wait till they say fucking mandatory vaccinations. That's gonna send this whole fucking
Yeah,
planet to
they're
off
talking about
running.
that as well, and
I
like,
know they are.
and if it works, then I'm down for it. Like, but if we don't know,
I ain't
like
fucking taking that
it,
shit.
it takes. You know what I'm saying? If it works in 2 years, 3 years, whatever. But even so, like I don't
Bro,
even.
I've never taken the
I don't.
flu shot before in my life, bro. Why the
Uh-huh.
fuck would I take this
Because
shit?
even when my girl's like, "Oh, get a flu shot." When I do get the flu shot, I get the
You
flu.
get sick. Yeah.
I'm
You
like,
like my wife. She get
yeah,
that doesn't make any sense. You're basically infecting yourself with the virus. That's why people get sick. It's just
yeah,
your body naturally.
to build more
Yeah,
antibodies towards it, just for the. But I don't want to get sick if I don't need to
right,
get sick. Like,
exactly.
force me to get sick to what potentially save me from it.
You know what I find fascinating that Joe Rogan during this whole time has talked about some of the stuff that we were talking about and some of the stuff you were talking about, in the sense of like, why are we not coaching people up on how to build up their immunity?
Yep.
Why are we not talking to people that they need to get on, that vitamin D regimen or
Mm-hmm.
vitamin C regimen, or like basically doing all the things that you would do to be preventative, to catch even a cold. We're not even talking about any of that stuff. It's just really strange that that's not. It doesn't seem like just to be healthy is an answer. They want to come
Yeah.
up with every other answer. You know what I mean? Because I feel like if you work out and you go, that's why, bro. I be going in the sun to try to get sunburnt. I'm like, cook all those fucking,
Something,
cook
something.
all those,
That's what
the
I'm
germs
saying.
from
Like
my
it's
body.
crazy. It's just crazy what they're doing, and it's scary. And that's like one of the reasons why I didn't vote for them. Like my friend, he was like, "Oh, Kamala's not the president," but like Joe Biden could kick the bucket any day. Like
Right.
he's 78, and he's like a dementia 78. He's not a coherent. Know what's going on 78 years old. So like she's kind of basically the next president, and she has a
Right.
lot of flaws. Like she was like, I will arrest or prosecute a single mother who doesn't send their kids to school. Like she would put a single mother in jail. Like that's
She,
all
she
moral
just looks
things.
evil, bro. She just looks evil.
She looks sketchy, bro. The
And you,
fact
when you look at Shorty, she just looks like
the
she's out
fact
to.
that you could put somebody in jail who's innocent,
That's
or
crazy.
even if the shit is misdemeanor, and you could put like more years of somebody, that shows your moral compass and your moral code. You're just a piece of shit human being.
Well, not only that, bro. Like I thought the justice system obviously is not fair, but I thought it was supposed to be a little fair. I thought we trying to bag people for the right thing. You know what I
Yep.
mean? So like, if you found evidence that someone is not guilty, then they're not guilty.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Shout out Manuel's in the chat. Pretzels in the
Hey,
chat. Appreciate that.
hi. Yeah, with that. Thank you for the love, you guys. But yeah, no. This is just so weird, dude. This is just so fucking weird, and I don't know.
We would have never thought about this in our lifetime that we would be in this type of situation. Like, it's crazy.
I'm surprised they didn't fucking quarantine for fucking AIDS.
Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean? Like, where did this whole thing come out? Like, this whole concept come
That was
that-
always my issue too. With like the flu, kind of like has killed more kids last year than the COVID has killed kids to this point. So when they were like, "Oh, we're not gonna send our kids to school," I was like, "Oh, so what about last year and the year before that and the year before that?" Because my kids are just going to school for 3 years now. When it was the flu season, you're basically telling me, "Fuck you and fuck your kids." For flu season, but when it's COVID, it's okay. That's the way I took it. And I know it sounds extreme, but that's the reality of it, is that flu season, the flu really knocks kids off their rocker. Where it comes with COVID is they're mostly asymptomatic and mostly carriers of it.
Yeah.
But we gotta, as parents, gotta be more.
I mean, but
cautious
even
of
even
it.
this, I don't know how you're handling it, bro. But for the most part, the homeschooling shit is a mess, bro.
It's tough.
It's so
tough.
hard, bro. I got 3 kids. One is 4, and I have to basically put her, like, isolate her in another room because she can't disturb her brother or her sister. And then I got to put the other 2 like separate because they're like over talking each other, and they're in 2 different classes. You know what I mean? Like they're
tough.
basically trying to answer questions and be proactive within the class, and it's an absolute mess.
The kicker is that if you speak to the teachers, they want to go back to school. They want to be in the classrooms with the kids. That's the
They
kicker.
should. I mean, that's
But it's mostly paranoid parents who are trying to keep their kids out of it.
I
Take their kids out
heard
of it.
something crazy like the private school. I guess if you pay for school. A lot of the private schools let the kids back in. It's a lot more. It's on more of the public schools that
Yeah,
have
because
been
they got the money to do it. They got the
right.
money for the Purell to have it. Probably sure, like every classroom before you walk in, I'm pretty sure they have it. I'm pretty sure they have sanitizing wipes everywhere because they have the funding for it.
Mhm.
The public school doesn't, and then they talk about they're cutting the public budget, the public school budget education for next year.
Yeah, they do that shit every year,
But they
which is
keep cutting the education budget, keep cutting it, keep cutting it.
yeah.
But they're not trying to make anything better, and it's scary. And I
I
don't
don't
know.
understand. I don't know where all of this fucking marijuana money is going, bro. Because some of these cities are fucking getting big taxes, and it's like I
Like
thought that shit
Colorado's
was
school
supposed
system should be great. I
Right.
don't know any. I don't have any facts. I don't know anything. I haven't read up anything about them. But I'm just saying overall across
Right.
the budget for the education system, they're talking about cutting it, and it's a sad thing where we can't proper. Well, you have private teachers. I'm sorry, not private. Public teachers have to do fundraising to support their own kids' classes, to get them folders and notebooks and pencils and crayons and markers and working computers, or even just to print something. Most teachers have to go out their own pocket to print worksheets. And like teachers aren't making shit. Teachers are making like $35,000, $40,000 a year. And then they got to take maybe what, 3 to 4,000 of their own money.
Well, here it's weird because like it's on us, and it's like, damn, that's another fucking expense, right?
Yep.
And they gave these kids like, bro. I mean, I thought my textbooks were crazy,
Yep.
and there's so many worksheets that got to constantly get printed out all the fucking time, and it's like, bro, ink is not cheap. Ink is like one of the most expensive things.
And
to print.
hopefully after this whole pandemic thing is over, is teachers get a raise, because I'm pretty sure all parents will be 100% vote to teachers to
Of
get
course.
raised.
I think now you
After-
understand how difficult it is.
Exactly.
It's not easy, especially when you got young kids.
Imagine when I don't know if you have this issue, but I have this issue. What is 10 plus 1? Oh no, I don't know. 17. But when the teacher talks to them, so it's 10 plus 1, they'll answer it. But when it's the parents, it's just a totally different thing.
Right, yeah.
And it's
a really different thing. I don't know what it is, but maybe it's environmental.
maybe
Right? Got to go to some place. They're all in a class. They see everybody else answering. So it's kind of like herd learning. Right? Where
Basically.
it's like, I have to answer. I have to put my hand up. At home.
That's why
it's
child abuse
all-
is up. Child abuse is up. I'm pretty sure due to the kids being home, to the kids not listening, due to the
Yeah,
kids.
pow!
Yeah, what? Shh, I'm busy. I'm busy. I love you. I'm busy. It's due to, kids not listening, kids not knowing what to do and what to write, and stuff like that. So
I know.
it's the parents who have restraint. It's a different thing. And as you can see, I have the one behind me now.
Right, yeah, I know. And they don't listen. I know,
And they don't
you know?
listen because I just
And
told her to
then
go
you
over
gotta
there.
put the judo
And she's
chop.
still
You gotta
here.
put the judo chop, and then you look
Exactly.
like a goddamn criminal. And you're overworked or not worked or overslept. I mean, this is like the perfect recipe for disaster.
And that people's like what you're eating and how you're eating. It depends on how tired you are.
I know
So,
they said the United States was an obese nation to begin
So like
with.
me and my girl now,
again.
we're on the carnivore diet now. So
I know you were telling me, how's that going?
So I'm on that almost 2 weeks now. I'm
feeling good? You slimming out? What's
I
up?
feel good. I'm down about 9 pounds.
Is the energy level high?
Energy level stays the same almost all day. I don't. It doesn't take me long to get out of bed. You know how when you get up, you're like, all right, I need to turn this engine on. I got to rev it a couple of times. Open your eyes, rub your eyes. Is most likely like I just get up and I'm ready to go. I'm mostly leveled out. No sugar, no carbohydrates.
I was gonna say it's really weird what sugar and carbohydrates do to you, bro. That shit makes you fucking like really.
There was
lazy.
a joke. I forgot what it's called. Is crack and weed are really jealous of sugar
Why is that?
because that's the real drug, sugar.
Oh, for sure, and it's legal.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you notice too, they don't do that. You know how like on if you look on like cans or boxes, it tells you the percentage of sodium or carbohydrates. It never tells you the percentage of sugar. It only tells you the grams of sugar. So like if it told you how many percentage of sugar that you're intaking, that should probably say 285% or 300 something percent, as opposed to it to being like 50% or 40% of per serving. But if you look at it, it doesn't say on the back of any box or any can what the percentage of sugar is, and that's crazy.
Jesus, we're all gonna be a bunch of fucking fat fucks. Thank God the PlayStation 5 is dropping.
I know, right? You seen that Walmart? They crashed. The site crashed.
Why? Because it broke from so many fucking people trying to buy it.
The thing is that there's no people to combat bots. I don't know if you know what bots are.
I know a little bit, but tell me what that is. Like, so somebody basically can like set up something to just keep buying shit.
Correct. So there's a way, a program where they could send these bots. You could buy them in bulk, or somebody who could program them, and you go, and as soon as it starts, the bots go and search. So you put PS5, $500, buy them. So you go and buy them. So there's one guy bought 275 PlayStation 5s. He spent
He got bread.
He spent $100 and I think $17,000 or $18,000, and he got them all and just flipped them all on eBay. They're going on eBay right now for $1,900, $1,700.
They already sold out.
Done.
Wow, I fucked up. I should have bought that shit.
So, but it's crazy. But the bots, like they have to do a better job of. You could only limit to one person with your valid ID. That's the only way I could see them combating bots.
Yeah, fucking whatchamacallit. Costco does a really good job at it because Costco gives a lot of pricing, but everything is like 2 per person. You
Exactly.
know, 1 per membership. Yep. You know what I mean? Like you can't just go fucking bananas and buy the whole shelf. Damn, that sucks, bro.
Yep.
Damn, sold out. Wow.
So everywhere sold out.
Damn, I should have bought it yesterday. I had time. I could have copped that shit.
It was tough. That shit wasn't even working, bro. As soon as you
tried,
they did it 3 times yesterday, or 4 times. Walmart. They had it at 12 o'clock. They had it at 12, 3, 6, and 9.
Damn, I should have bought one and then resold that shit.
But it would have been hard. I tried. I was gonna buy one. Me and my girl were trying to buy one. And they,
okay, tell me the story. This is good for us. What I want to hear this because I gave up. You basically. You talked me out of not buying one.
As soon as you get to as soon as you went, you Walmart. I had this shit open on my other screen. I'm waiting. 6 o'clock. I put my alarm. 5:55 comes. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm about to start getting it. As soon as you press the refresh for the add to cart button come up, crash. Walmart website crashes. Then you get back in 6:03, gone. Everything sold out. They do it again 9 o'clock. Same thing, sold out.
Damn, that's dirty.
So,
fuck! I so wanted that Miles game. God damn it! Thank God they're bringing out the new Call of Duty anyway for the other gen systems. That was actually smart.
But Cold War sucks. That shit sucks.
I liked it. It was fun.
That shit sucks.
I had fun with it. Tell me what you didn't like about it.
It's too clunky. It's not smooth. The graphics are butt. Like for what I'm expecting from a new system, even on my PC, doesn't look that great. And I'm running.
Oh my God, this is disrespectful. I'm so pissed, Jay.
What?
1,500, 1,100.
Told you eBay.
Wow.
Told you.
Is disgusting. And then look. Last one. So these dudes, they moved them.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Wow. I'm beside myself.
Because I like.
So was Walmart the only place you could have went? Why didn't you try Best Buy?
Best Buy sold out. Everywhere sold out, bro. Everywhere.
How about did they let it?
Target rolled out.
Could you have pre-ordered it?
The way, yeah, you could have. You could have pre-ordered it. I could have pre-ordered the Xbox, but I didn't. Although the one I could have got was my hands on was a bundle, and I didn't want a bundle. I didn't want 2 controllers. I didn't want a headset.
Xbox sold out.
Xbox sold out too. Gone. Everything's gone.
So what's gonna happen now? So now
you gotta wait until.
And the PlayStation is fucking $2,000
on eBay. Yes, if you want
that, there is nothing. So the eBay is the only place to buy it.
That's it. So I'm gonna wait. I already have the PS75 on my computer.
Right, we talked about it. Yeah.
So I don't have to. I'm not rushing for anything. Like the only game I'm gonna play on my console is 2K for the most part.
Got you. Yeah.
And that's about it. I want to play the Spider-Man game because that shit looks fire.
It does look fire.
It looks fire.
Oh, you know what's so funny though?
That's about it.
Being a huge third-person player, those games are so fucking limited. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because this is the road. You beat it, you're done.
Yeah, they need to like bring in more of like a grand Theft Auto kind of entity. I know it's an open world.
Well, Grand Theft Auto is still going.
I got you, but the way Grand Theft Auto, like basically they drop Grand Theft Auto, right? Mm-hmm. And then they don't give you a new game. They just update the game.
Yep.
You know what I mean, with new shit.
That's what they
I
should
feel
do.
like
That's what
the
most
play.
of these titles should do anyway. So like
Yes,
to me,
yes.
Call of Duty should come out every 2 years. 2K should come out every 2 years. Instead of trying to drop every year, and get a money grab, just do a little an expansion pack or something like that. Something
Yes.
small with clothes or whatever
New
aesthetics.
stages, new bosses, especially
Yeah,
for third person. I mean, I don't get
yeah.
bored of Call of Duty because I love shooting motherfuckers all the goddamn
Yeah,
time.
for sure. But I'm saying if they do it every 2 years, in two
Right.
years that Call of Duty would be better as opposed to
Facts.
dropping it every.
Yeah, because that's
you would
hard.
say you would
It's like
say
basically
every
9 months to turn around,
basically,
right?
basically. And then there's bugs in the game that's currently out. So then that dev team has already moved over to another Call of Duty as opposed to staying there and fixing everything in that Call of Duty or that whatever game that has bugs that's out right now that have a lot of people playing it.
Do we still got viewers?
Yeah, we got about 7 people right now watching
All right.
this.
So I want to tell all the 7 people that are listening because this is a hard lesson that I continue not to learn. Don't listen to anybody and do exactly what your fucking gut tells you. Because my goddamn gut told me to motherfucking buy a PlayStation and I didn't fucking listen. And now, when do you think that shit's gonna hit the shelves again? Fucking January?
Probably.
First of all, how do you run out of a thing that you just try to drop?
I don't know. I think they're gonna. I think they would. I think. My inclination is that they're bullshitting
God.
and they're gonna do another one like a week before Christmas and try to get
Another
all
one?
that money
Okay.
from the Christmas money. I think they're gonna.
That makes sense.
I
That
think,
makes sense.
I think they're gonna do something around there, saying like it's
Basically,
gonna.
they held like if
Maybe
they had
or
a
they're making them right now, and they're just saying that the next batch is gonna be. You could pre-order them on the week before Christmas or whatever the case may be.
You gotta let me know. We gotta stay on this motherfucking thing. 'Cause, bro, that's crazy that it's a $2,000 system just due to the fact that it's sold out everywhere.
Exactly.
Wow. I'm gonna
Sold
cry.
out everywhere.
Fucking cry.
Because
Like I
my,
said, thank God.
like my graphics card, I bought the graphics card. There's new graphics card that came out, so I have the 3080 already. I bought another 3080.
What did you put them both in the same system?
No. I keeping one for myself because I wanted it, and then I got another one that
To
is
resell.
to resell and is going on eBay for 1,300.
Get the fuck out of here. That one that you showed me, that killer one inside the box,
Yeah.
that thing looks fire.
This is
Let's show the fans.
this is it right here. This thing right here goes on eBay for $1,200 to $1,300
And how much is it in stores?
with everything and taxes and everything. $820, $825.
Jesus Christ. Okay, now
Just-
so we can do some learning. That shit says 10 gigs. What the fuck does that mean?
That's
Like,
just,
I know what
that's
gigs
just
mean.
that's just the RAM inside of the GPU.
Damn, so the graphics card has its own individual RAM too?
Correct, as opposed to the RAM that's separately. But it
Damn.
doesn't come separate. It comes with it. Like it's already built in. You don't
Got
have
you.
to.
No, I got you. That makes sense. Damn. That means your system would be kicking ass if you have like 32 gigs of regular RAM plus 10 gigs of RAM in the video
Like
card.
I have 32 gigs of RAM already, plus the RAM of the video card, plus a decent processor.
And so that shit
all
makes
that-
everything fly, right?
Correct.
Now, when you say decent processor, your shit is middle of the road?
My shit's like middle of the road, yeah. Because they just released new ones. So we
Damn,
just
this new shit is so stupid.
this year, this fall has been just a crazy because everything's new that's come out. Because graphics cards come out every year, but like the new graphics cards come out almost every 2 to 3 years. Brand new graphics cards. So like next year they're gonna have like the 3080 Ti, which is just a little better, like the Xbox X or the PS4 Pro, where it's like a little bit better.
Right.
That's how they do it. And then
So with the new ones, right? The Xbox and the PlayStation 5 both have AMD chips in them, correct? AMD
RDNA, yes, RDNA. That's what they
What does
are.
that mean? RDNA.
That's like retracing some shit. Like I don't know the exact term, but they
Okay,
call
but that makes it
RDNA,
better?
which is which is by is it
Is it?
trying to think of the company that does it. The AM, it's like it's AMD, but it's like
Right.
a division of AMD. Forgot
Gotcha.
I can't get the name of it right now. But they both have those processor chips in it. Now here's a quick tip for everybody who likes to play video games and you have the new consoles. You're not gonna reach 120 frames unless you have a monitor that has 120 refresh rate or higher.
Correct.
So if your monitor or your TV only has 60 refresh rate, you're only gonna be capped at 60 frames on your new consoles.
That's why I didn't really wasn't too crazy also about buying one because I'm like I don't even got a 4K TV, so this shit ain't even gonna look as fire as it really could.
As
know
you
what I mean?
want it to look, correct.
Yeah. So it kind of, my God, they're just gonna make us spend so much fucking money. And there's no money.
Well,
what, though?
they say there's no money, right?
Right. Yeah. I'm just gonna
For
buy.
us anyway.
I think I'm just gonna buy a computer system and then just wait because that shit is gonna come down anyway.
I'm gonna wait till they just when I walk into Best Buy or walk into Micro
Right, and
Center and they say it's right there, I will buy one.
But yo, keep me on the loop on
No,
the
for sure.
Christmas shit because I might try to sneak one. Because golly, $1,900, fuck,
And they coming
That's
up,
nuts.
coming up.
and that was just yesterday, right? It
And
happened
that was
yesterday,
yesterday. Yep.
and basically by let's say 2 o'clock Eastern Standard, shit was gone.
Last night, whatever, because the last Walmart's last thing was 9 o'clock last night.
And you tried that one too, but
Yep.
you gave up by
Sold
then.
out. Sold out. I tried again. Sold out.
So how the fuck? How does that, because of the bot
the-
things is what
yep.
you're saying? Like it was just basically going so fast that the moment you click and it takes 2 seconds to refresh, that
It's
would have
already
been the 2
done.
seconds you lost.
Yep.
Wow.
Because you have, let's say, 100,000 bots, and there's only one of me. So now you have 100,000 bots, or let's say you have 1,000,000 bots, and you have whatever 1,000,000 people. It's gonna be 50-50 or 75, whatever, to the bots, because they could program faster than you could type. Because they're just searching, and then it pops open the add to cart, and then you go and buy what you need to buy.
Jesus Christ. This
So-
is fucking stupid.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, bro. And then there's like different models of it too, right?
They
Or is it
have
just
the
one model?
you have the Blu-ray with this space, and then one without.
Oh,
it.
that's right, right. So
But-
one has a CD and one doesn't.
But I don't even know, like blue.
Would you would you care? I mean, fucking, we don't even watch Blu-rays. We
No.
stream everything.
No,
I don't even know why they still make that shit anymore.
Makes no sense. Makes no sense. That
Now, what do you think about that? Do you think, because this is like the argument within the community, is it good to go diskless? Diskless?
Yeah, I do everything diskless. I don't have any. I buy
So you download all the fucking games
straight
so
to
you
my
can-
hard drive,
Wow.
right to my
But
computer.
what if the hard drive gets corrupted? You're fucked.
You know, because they have their own like Blizzard does Call of Duty.
Okay,
So now my Blizzard account has that I bought Call of Duty.
got you. So,
So
if
it'll
anything-
always be on my like the cloud, basically.
got it. Okay, then I'll fuck with it then. That makes more sense. I mean, what do you save? $100, $200 to get the diskless?
Yeah.
That sounds fire.
Yeah, that's fine. I download everything straight to my even when I'm Xbox. I just stop. I don't go to GameStop anymore to buy CDs. Like I haven't done that
Now,
in forever.
Yeah, so okay, but now you got to get like an extended hard drive, right? Because I mean, that's the one gripe I have with Call of Duty. It's like a 200 fucking gig game, bro.
That's the only thing that's Warzone. Because remember, Warzone is 150 players, so it does have that big.
Ah, that's
Because it has a lot of people. You have the map is big and everything like that. But
I wanted to
then.
ask- go ahead, finish up, and I wanted to ask.
But
you a
then,
question.
like, you could uninstall. I don't know if they have it on consoles, but like on PC, I don't have campaign installed. I don't have multiplayer installed, and I don't have special ops installed. So all I have is Warzone installed, and that's like 70 gigs. But I don't think they have that option for console.
No, they do.
They do. So then that's what you should do. Just take the campaign out. Take whatever you don't play out. Take the special ops out, because I don't even know what the fuck special ops is, and I take that out. And
I was gonna
all I
ask
have is
you. So
Warzone.
I seen that the other day. I'm gonna probably to take it off, but okay. So Warzone is obviously fire because there's 150 people. But why you don't like playing like the regular deathmatch anymore? Is that like beneath you now?
And that's not beneath me. It's just that you know what to expect from it.
Yeah. So tell me, what do you know to expect?
No,
'Cause I be
just-
hearing motherfuckers talking mad shit about.
Nah, you're just gonna play. You're gonna get the regular UAVs. You're gonna get your, gunship or whatever the case may be, and it's just like monotonous in a sense of just running around a small map.
Just shooting motherfuckers.
You're gonna know who's gonna hold what angles. Somebody's gonna camp a certain area of the map. If you're a decent player, you're gonna know that, and you'll get 25 and 5 or 30 and 10, and that's just normal. And it's like, okay, but when you play Warzone, it's everything's always random. There's always a different.
What, like the weapons are all over the fucking place.
You gotta
and
pick up weapons, but then like you could land in a certain spot, then your whole half your team is dead before you even hit the ground. Then you gotta try to get your team back if they don't win the gulag, and then the rotations into each circle, like it's like a strategy to everything, and it's really not like it's not locked down by a lot of people. So like out of all the people who play Call of Duty, 60% of the people who play Call of Duty have 10 wins or less, or about 20 wins or less.
Say that statistic again.
So out of 100% of people who play Call of Duty Warzone, 60% of that 100% have less than 20 Warzone wins.
And what does that mean? Like the
That's
team won?
low. Yeah. That's low. Wins in general, wins.
Got you.
So that's low. I mean,
I don't
that's
know.
a high percentage.
That shit seems like a fucking shit show, bro. There's just so much fucking going on. It's so
But
crazy.
that's why it's a lot of going on. It's a lot of got to get to high ground. Who's holding the left side? Who's flanking? Who is anybody got a UAV? There's a team here that's ghosted. Fuck. Yo, we don't have a loadout yet. We got to get a loadout. We got to get self revives. There's a lot of going on where when you're playing regular multiplayer, you die, you come back to life. You die, come back to life. You die,
Yeah, like
you come back to
that.
life. Oh, you die. Oh, you stay alive. You kill. All right, done. Like there isn't a lot of
Okay.
think
So
too
it's
much
not
thinking.
multifaceted. Got you.
Correct.
Okay,
It's not too much. It's not that much of a challenge when you've been playing that mode for years, kind of thing.
true. Okay.
It's not.
Wasn't that the PUBG style basically that they adopted?
It was. I think the first one was H1Z1. It was the first battle royale, if I'm not mistaken. And then PUBG came along, and then Fortnite came along.
And Fortnite is just like PUBG too. It's just an open map with 150 players.
Yeah, it's all battle royales. Those are all battle royale games.
Got you.
But Fortnite is what took off and is basically like the GOAT of battle royale. They are the reason why games went cross-platform. Like they're the reason why
Wow.
battle royale is where battle royale is right now.
Damn. And that shit looks so stupid and cartoony. I can't believe it's so fucking popular. I
But
mean,
it was fun. Like it was fun.
yeah, good time. Okay, I've never really played it.
I had a great time playing that shit. I have like almost 700 wins in that one. And that was fun. Like that was real fun. The boys would get on. We would play that shit for hours. And that was because like it's different. It was a different game. Even to this day, I think the game is still fire. I think they messed it up a little bit. And I don't want. Hopefully, Call of Duty doesn't go down that road, which is they're looking like they're about to because they just released Call of Duty just released Warzone custom matches.
So what's that mean?
So you can go with 50 of your boys or 50 people and go to a Warzone map with your own server and play privately with 50 people, which in theory sounds dope. But what happens is what fucked up Fortnite and they don't like was the downfall of it was that they had creative mode, which was like you could play with your friends in that. So what happened was everybody got really good in creative mode because you could practice. It's basically like a practice mode. You didn't have to drop it to the game and practice. You could go to practice mode, and you could play with your friends in practice mode. So now you got people who would have taken longer to get better at the game by playing the actual game, sped up faster because they were just doing practice the whole time with their
It's
friends.
like people that now use bots in call, basically.
Correct. So now imagine doing that with your friends is against each other over and over and over and over again. Then you learn how to build, you know how to edit and stuff like that. So what Fortnite did was they split the community. So then you had quads, you had trios, you had duos, you had solos. Then you had arena duos, you had arena solos, you had arena trios. So right there, that's 7 modes that I just said. Now you got creative. That's an 8th mode. Now then you have the LTM, which is a limited time mode. That's 9 modes. So you got 9 modes splitting the whole community. So now you can't fill certain lobbies. Now you have because you have the community split. So now a lot of the kids, 14, 15, 16, 17, even 9 years old, are just playing creative. Because you could make your own kind of world. Like in Minecraft, like a Minecraft version. You can make your own little city. You can make your own buildings. You can make your own loot. You could be
That's
like,
dope.
it's what I'm saying. It's dope, but it hurts the overall of the casual. Because when those kids who got really good, just playing each other, building, and shooting and killing, they play against the casual gamer. I would say it would be you or anybody else, and smoke them, and they'd be like, I don't want to play this shit no more. He just built the Eiffel Tower in front of me, and I'm trying to build a step. Right. Kind of thing. So they accelerated the skill gap. So that's what I'm scared about. What they're gonna do with Warzone is that now you're gonna have all these kids just play against each other and just make 100 people lobbies. Now that's 100 people you just took out of the community, right? Exactly. So now if that happens 100 times or 10,000 times,
the lobbies are gonna be empty to play regular random matches.
Exactly, and you don't want to play against bots, which they ended up doing in Fortnite. So there'll be half the
CPUs in there.
Exactly.
So somebody was there to play with you.
Exactly. So you have maybe 40 to 50 real players and another 50 bots.
Right, and the bots are jack shit.
Horrible, running into trees, missing you while you're in the wide open.
And I'll be smacking those fools. I
Exactly.
tried that bot thing once or twice, and I was like, "This is garbage." I rather. There's no way, to be honest with you, to get your first person shooter game up by playing people live. There's nothing else. There's nothing better
Exactly.
because
Like
a human is unpredictable.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And that's what makes Warzone. You know, that's
That's what makes online gaming, right? Because
Exactly.
I could stay home and play the game by myself, and go through the whatever the campaign, but that shit is basically weak sauce.
Exactly.
Fuck, what a citro. I know it seems like the even though the gaming community is starting to expand, it almost seems like it's hitting a ceiling.
Yes and no. I just think that people gotta want different things and try them out and enjoy them. Cause like people were mad at Call of Duty when you had Call of Duty where the guys were running on the walls and shit.
Oh, I remember that.
But like my thing was that the Call of Duty community was complaining about Call of Duty being the same. And when Call of Duty said, okay, we're gonna bring a new element into this. People, oh, that shit is whack. I want the old Call of Duty back. So you can't like, you understand what I'm saying? You can't have it both ways. You can't want something completely different and new from a game you've always been playing, and then when they do something different and new, you're saying, this game is whack because they changed too much. So like you gotta bear with them. And
I know Call of Duty be kind of all fucking all over the place though, right?
Well, you have the 3 different developers. That's why.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what it is.
As opposed to just staying with the Fire one and just going from there, which is
Which one's
Modern
the
Warfare.
Yeah, right.
Which is Treyarch, which is I mean Activision is the one that does it. It's the best one. But like they have the Black Ops series where Black Ops 2 was the best one out of all of them, but now Cold War is trash. And like you going next gen consoles, you're supposed to be like the graphics should have been fire, the aiming system should have been clean, and it's not. Like it looks like when you play the game, they took a lot of energy and put it into the cutscenes as opposed to putting it into the game.
Yeah, those cutscenes look fucking dope.
They look like dope.
It's like nah, that's not what the game looks like
at all. And they missed the boat.
Some of the maps are fire though. They have like that desert map that's pretty sick.
No, the maps are dope. Like, I just don't like the game.
Miami shit.
The gameplay is just boring. Like it just to me as somebody who played a tons and tons of multiplayer. Like I enjoyed Modern Warfare last year's multiplayer. That multiplayer was fun. The one that just recently came out, Warzone. But this multiplayer is not it. It's just weird. It's like clunky. It feels like you're playing the old Call of Duty. Like it just feels weird to me as a gamer.
I know. So. You know what I liked? You know what I did like about it? It seemed like and I might be misspeaking, but like the slide action and then the like pick up the gun to the sighting, like was a lot more smoother than Modern Warfare. It moved quicker.
I think so.
It all depends. It seemed like because I've tried to let my wife play and she just couldn't handle it, and because I've been just fucking with Modern Warfare for a minute, like. I used the buttons really quickly, and it seemed like it was super responsive. Like you could slide really quick and then pull your gun up and then take aim and then go back and then run. And like that movement of the controls seemed a little bit more smoother and a little bit more easier than the other game. Like you were able to slide.
Well, Modern Warfare, you needed to make sure you put your ADS, because that's ADS, aim down sight. That's what ADS is. So you have to make sure your guns or whatever you're using in Modern Warfare had fast ADS. If you don't have fast ADS, then it could feel slow. Depending on what guns you use.
I usually use the M4, so I don't know if that's a slow one.
But it depends on what attachments you use with the
M4. Because they usually say slow sighting, right? I mean,
correct.
It'll say, right?
Aim down sight. So you want the aim down sight to be as fast as possible when you're playing multiplayer. And you hit fire to be,
because you got to be now. Because I've been trying to like understand or watch people by them killing me how sick they are. Because some of these dudes, like that guy that get kicked off of Call of Duty or whatever the fuck out of the gaming community because he was using aiming bots.
Okay.
Or whatever the fuck that was. You've heard of that before?
I've heard of some people. Yes. I don't know exactly the person's name offhand.
No. I'm just saying, like, some of these motherfuckers look like they be using some shit. Because I'm like, yo, how are you shooting me?
You got some people who are just really good, and then some people is like questionable. But you got those people who are just nice, who just play 14 hours a day, 15 hours a day, and just.
Is that the requirement?
Or just nice to be that nice? You need to put at least 9 to 10 hours a day in.
Shit.
Just
I put like 9 matches in.
It's
That's
tough.
about it. Yeah, it's. I mean, you got to have a life, right? I can't be putting fucking. That's a job.
It is.
9 hours a day.
It is. And that's what some of them guys do. Like, if you're streaming it, then, it's your job.
It makes sense. Yeah, no. I get it. I mean, I could totally do it. I would get bored a little bit though. That makes sense why Warzone is obviously interesting, but you got to be real serious, right? Like versus just regular deathmatch, you could just run in there and get shot and shit, and then come
Sometimes
back
you could have some fun and just do something stupid because your friends could either buy your back, or you guys are just trying a certain challenge or trying a certain. All right, let me try this with knives only. Kind of a challenge in Warzone, just to give you a challenge instead of always landing and picking the same exact guns and the same exact whatever and taking the same route and landing at the same spot. Like, there's different ways to do it. Now you just got some beast ass players who are just nice and they play with the same guys. There's like a couple guys who average, like their win percentage is like 60%, 70% win percentage in Warzone, which is fucking insane percentage.
So at 150 people, right? How many teams are there? 50?
Yeah, no,
Right?
52.
Wow. Okay.
52?
And they're all
50?
four people teams.
It depends on what mode you're playing. So you have
That's what you were saying
quads,
before.
trios,
Gotcha.
whatever.
So in each one, there's 150, whether it's
Correct.
trios, duos,
Yep.
quads.
150 people every single time.
Damn.
They did it for a month or a couple weeks. They did 200 players, and that shit was bad because it was just too many people. It was just too many. Because like
Everything, you were just getting shot all the fucking time.
so like if half your team was to die, or if most of your team died, and you were the last person left, and with 150 players, you can have a chance to kind of bring your teammates back. With 200 players,
no chance.
no shot. You were done.
Wow.
It's gonna be ridiculously hard to come back. So
Crazy. Thank God I'm starting to get into fucking video editing as my new hobby. Like I said, I mean, besides like everybody likes like the 2K franchise, you got Call. Outside of that, there's really no games,
exactly.
right? I mean,
You have a lot of the other ones. You have like Assassin's Creed and Resident Evil and games like that. Spider-Man, Avengers. You have they have League of Legends. You have Minecraft. I haven't played anything. I don't play those kind of games.
Gotcha.
For the most part.
No third persons.
The only third person I played was Fortnite, obviously, and the game I'm starting to play now that's pretty cool is Rogue Company. Rogue Company is dope. Rogue Company is 4-on-4, and you got to either kill each other or complete a certain task or stop the bomb, kind of like a search and destroy kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's fun. I have fun playing that game. That game mode.
Yeah, search and destroy was kind of fun when they did it on the last Call of Duty.
They have it in every Call of Duty, but it's just. Even that mode, like Felix loved that shit, and I was like, "Bro, this is boring." He would invite me to play, and I'm like, "Yo, I'm out." Yeah, I played a couple games and I would leave.
Yeah, that shit was boring as fuck to me. I was like, "Fuck," because you search and destroy. If you die, right?
Yep. You don't come back.
It depends on the. It's like 5-on-5, and then the last person basically standing wins the game.
Exactly.
Right?
Or you either kill everybody or you exactly you either kill everybody or you disarm the bomb or whatever the case may be. So that's what comes with that stuff. That's weird.
So what do you think, bro? Have you heard anything about? I read a little something. I don't know how that's gonna work, but they're talking about maybe shutting down the NFL.
I don't know.
And then going to like an 8-team format in the playoffs.
I think within the next 2-3 weeks we'll find out.
Yeah,
I think,
for sure.
I think what they're going
shutting down indoor dining, bro. They should be thinking about shutting down fucking football.
I think they would. I don't know, man. Supreme athletes, they're fine. Like even them, they're fine. Like little kids.
The Rock got it, and that shit was like a sneeze to homeboy. He looks fabulous.
Like it's just we can't like an overreaction to it. Like again, why didn't the NFL shut down flu season? Like
right.
They don't give a fuck about the kid. They don't give a fuck about their players.
No,
at
they
all.
Don't care about that. They just care about the shield. We've talked about this a lot. But would you be excited to see 8 teams in the playoffs?
I guess it's just gonna be. It's gonna be scarcity again. It's gonna be people wanting to see it just because, it's something different. That's why the baseball playoffs were dope because it was something
Yeah, that was
different.
amazing. That was even basketball playoffs were amazing too.
Basketball player too, but they were in a bad spot. Basketball, like I said, because NFL started,
Right,
baseball was in the World
right.
Series is in the same spot. So you had too much. You had too much sports. College football was going
I
on.
know we ran the numbers a couple times on
Yep.
the NBA finals versus a Thursday night football game or a Monday night football game with jokers or like you call them potatoes.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Having potatoes play over watching greatness. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Even though
And
that series was weird, though, I feel like the NBA. I mean, it could be what you're saying that it was overshadowed, but I
I
feel
thought
like
they should have never played the NBA games. I thought they should have never had an NBA bubble. I thought it should have never been. The NBA should just cancel their season. That's how I thought, regardless of who won a championship or who was going to get there, because it wasn't going to be a true test of the best players in the playoffs playing at the high level. You had a lot of people you had a few players who opted out. You had a lot of people still thinking about, COVID. Then you had the Black Lives Matter thing on top of that. You had, these guys didn't pick up a basketball 5-6 months because they had no idea what was going to happen. You had
right,
teams who were rolling right before the pandemic hit. That their whole momentum got, thrown off.
yeah.
Like it was just
Well, I think at the end of the day, it was just to give LeBron James the title,
that too.
right? Like that's what it seems like.
That too. Like I don't like. I'm a Lakers
There was
fan, and I
nobody
don't
beating the
really.
Lakers.
I don't. I'm not really proud about it because I wanted to be at full strength. Let all the players go. Let everybody be ready to go. Normal situation. Because like flying back and forth from cities takes a toll on your body. Like going on a plane at 2 a.m, landing back home at 3 a.m to go home, then you gotta wake up at 10 a.m to go to practice. Whatever the case may be, that all takes a toll on your body. When you're staying at the same spot, at the same location, get fucking room service, masseuse service, all 24/7. It's not that hard, like for the I think we spoke about this before that the players were being little bitches about, I can't go home, I can't go out or anything like that. It's kind of easy, but I just think the Clippers were rolling before the pandemic. The Bucks were on a roll, pandemic. But then this shit happens, and the team that was the most mentally ready, which were the Lakers, stood together and was just the Miami Heat. But then the Miami Heat got hurt in the finals. Dragic got hurt. Bam got hurt. It was only Jimmy Butler. They were playing with 3 rookies.
I can't believe. I mean, I get it because it was during COVID, but man, like my hat is off to the Miami Heat.
Yeah,
They pulled it together with and Butler's. I don't know if this is proper to say, but I feel like he's super underrated. Everywhere this guy goes, he's just a beast.
yep. He goes to the playoffs. He takes them to the playoffs.
You could probably say like there's a bunch of no-namers on the Miami Heat too, and they end up going to the finals.
Yep.
But I guess now that LeBron James is out of the East, it must be easier. And I say that tongue in cheek, but if you don't got to play, a LeBron East team, then you're pretty good if you're a decent team.
Yep. So now
Like,
next
the
year
West
is gonna be
now is
crazy.
stacked.
But the West has always been stacked, but it's not gonna be even more stacked, like ridiculously more stacked.
Yeah, come on, GS. If they come back 100, you got
Yep.
the Clippers come back 100, the Lakers come back 100. I mean, those are 3 huge teams, and then Houston is nothing to sneeze at. Even though I don't know what's wrong with James Harden, and I don't know what's wrong with Houston, they could not get it together in the playoffs. They literally melt down.
The issue is I've always had with James Harden was okay, cool, you get a lot of points, great, but like you're not a fantastic 3-point shooter. He's a fantastic midi free throw shooter, fantastic. He can create contact and finish at the rim, but he can't score without the ball in his hands. And when that happens in the playoffs, you need to score without the ball in your hands. You need to score backdoor cuts. You need to score off screens. You need to move without the ball. Like Steph Curry. Steph Curry doesn't need the ball in his hands to shoot. He can run around the court.
It's like Reggie Miller.
Exactly. And shoot.
Go to the spot, give it to me, I got this. And then
Exactly. But James Harden doesn't play like that. He needs to dribble, 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 dribble,
You
dribble,
know what's so
dribble.
funny? You know who he plays like? Speaking about that shit, he plays just like Westbrook. They're the
Yep.
same. They're the same player, almost. When you're talking about like having to have the rock to
Yep.
score.
Yep. And Westbrook is, you could arguably say that he's kept Durant from winning championships or getting from Durant from getting to
It's crazy
to,
that
to
all
multiple
those 3
chips.
dudes were on one fucking team.
Yep.
You know, and these guys are pretty
And they,
beast
and they
players.
would have kept them together, but the ownership didn't want to pay $6 million over in luxury tax.
Wow, that was stupid. So
But at
that's
the time too, they didn't know the revenue was gonna blow up as much as it did to fit them
so
all under the
what?
cap.
I
But
fucked
I
up.
would have paid the salary tax.
Me too, bro. I'm Oklahoma, city. Ain't nothing motherfucking happening in Oklahoma. We got three of the potentially gonna be the greatest
Yep,
players. I would have fucking $6 million seems like nothing. I would have
nothing.
thought it would have been like 20 mil.
Dropping a
You know what I
bucket. Even
mean?
if it was 20 million, that's still a drop in a bucket.
I know what you're gonna get with jerseys and hats and
Exactly.
attendance and fucking bobbleheads and any little thing you could sell with, Durant. And then you would have had like a homegrown, what did they call it? Not a I forget what did they mentioned when it was the three players in Celtics, but that kind of like trio of players. It would have been
The big three. You
yeah,
would have
exactly. It would have been a big three.
homegrown big three. That's what Golden State has. Golden State has their own
Yes,
homegrown big three.
correct. Yeah,
And
and then they went crazy. And Jerry
uh-huh.
West, who being as awesome as he is, he was like, "Hey Durant, check this out, bro. You
Yeah,
want to come
well,
and play with
yeah.
this amazing squad?"
And the
And
big thing
imagine, like,
about Durant is he balled out.
facts.
He was the reason they won.
Yes,
He balled out, showed that he was the best player on the planet, on the best player on the court at the time, and showed up and showed out.
but imagine. I mean, not imagine, but it's interesting to see. Thompson, Curry, and I forget
Draymond.
Draymond Green's just those three dudes, super talented, super duper talented. I heard that they're looking to move off of Thompson.
He's not going nowhere.
No, they'll keep it all together. He don't want that much money. He's gonna be like,
No, he's already signed to the Supermax. He's not going
Oh, is
nowhere.
he?
Yeah,
Okay.
he got the 5 years, 250. He's not going nowhere.
Now, what about New Jersey? That's a no go, right? Because you got fucking Kyrie and Durant. That's not.
I don't know what's gonna happen with that. I think they're gonna make the playoffs. I think they might get to the Eastern Conference Finals, but I don't know.
With just those two dudes. I mean, even though they got other players, but
If
they're
they
enough.
stay healthy, yeah. They just need a couple spot up shooters. Or if I was them, I would try to trade for Bradley Beal. Like that would be
That's another great dude.
I would try if I was Brooklyn on a low. Try to trade for Bradley Beal. I would give him my bench and get Bradley Beal. I'll give up Karis LeVert. I would give up Dinwiddie. I would give up Joe Harris and give me Bradley Beal, and that'll be a crazy 1, 2, and 3.
So let me ask you, you're in New York, right? Being that Brooklyn's got at least star power now, are people more Net fans than they are Knicks fans, or still people are just blind to the Knicks and still like
You got the blind Nick people still. You just got the blind Nick people still. Regardless of the fact, they need to do what the Knicks fans need to do. Just stop watching the games,
Yep, just boycott the fuck out of
boycott them, and make
Get
James
homeboy
Dolan
to sell it,
have to
yes.
sell.
Huh.
That's your best bet and only way you're gonna be able to get these guys out of there. I'm gonna get that guy out of there, out of management. And people are blind. Maybe with this pandemic, you got almost all the millionaires and billionaires leaving downtown.
That's true too.
You got a lot of them out. A lot of them probably not going to renew their season tickets. Who knows?
That's true too. I didn't think about that. All that money.
And
You know what I found crazy, bro? It's still expensive to go to a fucking Knicks game, even though they're trash.
yep,
How's that possible?
I have no idea.
Like fucking floor seats are like $800.
And that's cheap. It's like a really
Right,
bad
yes,
team.
correct. But
that's
still.
probably like the Magic versus the Knicks. But if like LeBron comes to town, them shits is like 20 bands.
Forget about it, bro. Yes. Forget
know,
about
like
that shit.
I think that's even fucked up too. I think that the fact that they could fluctuate tickets from
Yes.
a day-to-day basis is kind of fucked up too.
Yeah, it's like the stock market.
Yep.
Basically, depends on who's playing. It depends on where they're playing, and I mean, shit. If LBJ comes in the building, that shit is gonna be a grip.
Yep.
I would love to watch Homeboy play. I try to look too, even over here. Imagine fucking floor seats at fucking the Forum is just ridiculous, bro.
I can guarantee you they're gonna be 25, 30 bands just to sit front row. 50 grand. You get food and drinks and all that shit as part of the package, but that's still 50 bands.
Get the fuck out of here, bro. $20,000 for a fucking hot dog and some popcorn. I would have threw that shit in their fucking face. I'm like, yo, go give me some fucking filet mignon right now, bro. Get the fuck out of here. Popcorn, bro? This shit better be fucking popcorn with Himalaya salt, and the motherfucking butter better be like, fucking truffle butter or some shit. I don't know. That shit better be expensive as fuck.
True.
Jesus
It's
Christ.
crazy. Now, let's switch gears a little bit. What do you think about
go ahead,
the Bucks get dick slapped by the Saints?
Okay, that's actually a really, really good discussion to talk about. I don't know what happened. So remember, we talked about this. Even though I did take Brady because first of all, no brainer at home. It should have been a done deal, right? Like
Uh-huh.
you guys didn't have to travel. You guys should have been good. Obviously, it was a trap game, but I think that the Saints are way better than they play. The Saints are loaded. And what I was telling you on our picks about was the Saints defense is super underrated, bro. To me, they have one of the best fucking corners in the league, and they have arguably one of the best D ends in the league. And so, for whatever reason, Tom Brady's kryptonite is once you start sacking homeboy,
Yep.
I don't know what
That's
happens.
his
And,
Achilles heel.
Tom was off though because the timing was just not there. He missed Gronk on a bunch of passes, bro. Because I watched the game, I just couldn't believe it. But then again, like I said, man, the Saints, shout out to Josh Booty, but fucking Kamara is unbelievable, bro. That guy is, I told you, he's the best running back in the league. That dude,
Yep.
I mean, a healthy Saints team. They got Jared Cook, Alvin Kamara, fucking Michael Thomas, and Drew Brees. Are you kidding me, bro? That's like a Super Madden team, if you ask me.
And
Even if he
they
can't throw
should
the
have been to the Super Bowl at least one of the last 3 years, but then they
100%. I don't know why they keep fucking it up.
fucking it. Okay, one they got cheated on, and one they fucked up with the Minnesota Miracle.
Yeah, that was stupid. I
And
would have
then-
told
and
him
then-
to fucking walk back home.
Yep, I would have cut him right there
Facts.
on the
Facts.
field.
Yes, I'd have been like, bro, just take the. You ain't traveling with us. You're not
Take a
traveling
bike.
with us.
You're not even allowed to take a plane back.
Nah, you ain't traveling with us, dog. You're not on the bus. You're not on the jet. You ain't on none of that shit. Because
Nothing.
that's got to be the biggest fucking blunder on the planet.
Yep.
If
Okay,
you
just
tackle
keep the
him,
guy in
game
front
over.
of you. It's game over.
Yeah. Even if you like try to shoestring tackle him, the game is over. Like to go straight for like
hit-
like launching
hit.
it. That's what, you know what I thought, bro. It was so egregious. I was like, that game was fixed. It made me think that.
The Buffalo Wild
Yeah.
Wings. It was the button. Like
Yeah, yeah. Like imagine how much money was on Minnesota. They had to be like, if you start, I'm sure if we look at it, I'm sure Minnesota, whoever the bet was, must have cleaned up.
most likely.
But Tom, I mean, I don't know. They what? They're 1-1, I think, with them because they beat
No,
them
no.
week one.
They lost week one.
The Saints, I mean, the Bucks lost.
Bucks
to the
got
Saints week one,
slapped. Yep.
and then they got again this last
So
weekend.
Saints are 2-0 against the Bucks.
So that's it. The Saints got. So then Tom Brady with all that bullshit
Yep.
wasn't enough.
Yep.
Wasn't enough.
And this is a part. I'm gonna bring up
So
something
no
else.
Super Bowl for him then.
I'm gonna bring up something else as part of this topic, which is I'm gonna tie it all together. Sports talk shows. I think I'm almost close to stop watching sports talk shows.
I don't watch them shits at all.
So I'm about to join you because all it is LeBron, Cowboys,
Yep.
Tom Brady,
Yeah, but that's fucking ESPN's fault because ESPN
all
be
of them.
stroking. No, I'm sure if you watch like CBS Sports, it doesn't get aired, but I feel like they have better variety. But then you got to pay money, to get like those
Okay.
additional channels. You know what I mean? Like
But like these big
Fox
time,
Sports, everybody, bro.
even Fox Sports is just Cowboys, more Cowboys. Like I've never seen a team be so bad get so much coverage.
I know, and it's crazy because they're still considered America's team. I'm like, that shit is not even true anymore.
Like yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, you could say that the Patriots for the longest time were America's team.
yep.
But the
And
problem is that everybody hated on them.
Yep, and then
So-
everything's LeBron versus Michael Jordan. LeBron, Michael Jordan, LeBron.
You know what I've noticed, and I'm not trying to say that our shit is flavor, but I feel like maybe it's because we're not built in that same way, but it just seems like everything is just regurgitated. Like I could pretty much guess what they're gonna be talking about and the angles they're gonna be talking about.
Yep.
And I was trying to get my man Stephen A. On the show, but it just seems like Stephen A., Skip Bayless, a lot of these dudes. I mean, I think who gives a fair show. Who I stopped watching him, but he was a big idol of mine. I like Carl Hurd. I feel like Carl Hurd mixes it up.
Yeah, he
He's
does.
a-
But even him
he's a
too.
stroke
Like
it.
I like him, but him too is what. I know he even says it. He's like. What I like about Cowherd, he talks about shit that his audience wants him to talk
Correct.
about. That
Right.
he gets a lot of ratings for, which they all do.
Yes.
But it's just
He's
like
more in tune with the people.
yeah.
I feel like Stephen A. Stephen A. He brings a lot of excitement and a lot of energy, but at times it seems like he talks about the same stuff too, and I don't know if he's not really like listening to his audience or what the case might be. But yeah, no, I don't. like this year, I usually am a junkie, but I do a lot more reading, right? And then you also have to have cable to watch TV shows.
Yeah.
I don't have cable.
But I watch I watch YouTube clips mostly
Right, right,
myself.
right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So then, I mean, you get to at least control the media that you're gonna receive
Yeah, for
in
sure.
that regard. You know
But
what I
like
mean?
all the thumbnails are Cowboys, Tom
Right.
Brady, LeBron.
Yeah.
Cowboys, Tom Brady, LeBron.
Those are the three fucking popular fucking
That's
things.
it. And it's like,
Yeah.
what about Patrick Mahomes, who's a beast,
Yeah.
who's
No,
about
they're starting to stroke him now. They're starting to stroke
not
him
as
now.
much because
No.
I think if he was a Jet or a Giant, and they were cooking, they were Giants were cooking. The fact that it's Kansas City,
Right.
they-
That's
they-
what I mean. It's a
yeah.
market that's not
Yep.
popular.
Yep, they're not stroking
Right.
him. But I
I
think
don't know what. Go ahead.
I think he has to obviously win more, like win another Super Bowl, 2 Super Bowls. Maybe he'll get the coverage like Tom Brady.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But then he'll get the oversaturation. You know, like
Correct.
there isn't
Yes.
a healthy dose of
No.
fire shit around the league. Like to bring up baseball right now, they just hired a woman GM
Okay. For what team?
for the Marlins.
Okay.
So the first woman
Oh,
GM.
that's why this girl sent me this thing. Some chick said the Marlins are gonna win next year. She's probably saying it
Yeah,
because-
but like now that's gonna be news. They're gonna talk about it today. They probably talked about it today all day because she's just a woman.
Right.
You know, I hope she fucking does a fantastic job, and I hope whatever she does, she does great things to open opportunities for other women. But like they're just gonna run with that story probably today, and then that's it. And then back on Monday, it's gonna be Cowboys, Tom Brady,
Brady.
LeBron.
And what LeBron ate for dinner?
Yeah, like I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, you know, Tom is interesting. I really don't understand the stroking of Dallas. Like at least the two topics, LeBron and Tom, I'm down with. But the Dallas thing is nauseating.
Yep,
I'm just like, by the way, did you see that Dallas game? Speaking of Dallas,
yep. They played.
bro, what a fucking game, bro. That game was. What happened to the Steelers? They almost, dude. They keep on like winning by the skin of their chinny chin chin. dude.
Every time. I don't know what it was. James Conner played like hot dog shit.
Listen. He's done. That's it.
He gave me. He gave me two.
Go
He
draft
gave me
running back.
3 points. That's what he
Bro,
gave me.
he's not. I don't know. Maybe he could be nursing an injury. He doesn't have the same explosion. He doesn't have the same the pop, the speed, none of that shit.
I don't know.
Like they should make a trade for a running back. If I was them, because they need something else. You know, because man, Dallas, according to you, Dallas was the worst fucking defense on the planet,
And they
were
locked-
shutting motherfuckers
They
down.
locked homeboy. They locked the Big Ben offense up, and it was like, holy shit. That was an ill trap with the 14 points. But like I said, always
Facts.
those big
Yeah.
spreads, man. You
I
got
know. Well, listen, unless you play the Jets,
yeah.
take the points.
Basically, right? The Jets are the only team you always fucking
20, fucking 19 and a half.
and you still can't cover.
Shit.
Big
Speaking about those
potatoes.
fucking bums, bro, this is crazy. I can't believe 0-9. Did you watch the Monday night game?
I saw a little bit of it.
Okay.
I can't believe they.
So they were cooking like a motherfucker.
Yep.
Okay, and then what? They first of all, they must have told Joe, yo, Joe, don't fuck this up.
We
You
need
better throw
Trevor.
that into. You better throw.
Yep.
And he threw a pick, and that was it. And motherfucking Cam came back and just
And
did what-
Joe Flacco was looking like Joe Flacco from old.
from old to school. Yeah, that's another thing too. Like when I see him and I seen the way he played, and then someone's gonna tell me that Sam Darnold is good, it makes me question that because I don't think that Sam Darnold understands how to stretch the field.
True.
You know, and I noticed that Joe Flacco, for being, let's say, I mean, it's insulting to call homeboy a journeyman at this point, but he is definitely, you know, a more mature quarterback at this point. But my man still got a rocket because
Yes, he does.
he was fucking launching that shit.
I think so too. Like when you go to a different court, like a different player on the field, like so especially quarterbacks, because you know quarterbacks you either win or lose. They get most of the blame,
Right.
or they get
It's
most
all
of
on
the
them.
everything's
Right.
all on them.
Right.
So like
Uh-huh.
you got these veteran guys who probably respect Joe Flacco and want to play a little bit harder for Joe Flacco.
Sure.
So like the effort could have been there for Joe, and that's not there for Sam.
Right. That's one of the things that I found a little bit weird about Sam. I don't think Sam is like Eli Manning. And I don't think that, especially in the New York kind of thing and with all of these grown-ups that are millionaires, I mean, even Eli took a lot of shit for not being like the quote-unquote leader, right? Like, he's
Yep.
not going to grab you by your helmet, Tom Brady style, Peyton Manning style,
Nope.
Drew Brees style. I even thought like dudes like Baker Mayfield have more control in the huddle than Sam Darnold does. Because you look at Baker and Baker looks pissed off. He's like, let's fucking go. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see I mean, maybe that's the California in him. But again, that's why you don't, in my opinion, you don't take and I'll argue this shit into the cows come home, bro. You don't take quarterbacks from USC, man. I'm sorry. Carson Palmer was the last guy that was great, and you could argue he was okay. You know,
Yep.
I mean, we had. I don't know. I don't understand. I just seen this thing because I was checking out college football for some random reason, and bro, like you got to see how many motherfucking players come out of Alabama. Like
All of
where
them.
are we at? Where are we at, ladies and gentlemen? Right? Like I'm drafting Alabama, Clemson, Florida
Yep.
State, fucking Miami U. Like, why are you going to motherfucking like getting dudes from Oregon? And I get it. You know, you got to spread it around. There's not that many things, but I feel like teams I think we talked about it a little bit, but it might have been also talking to Harrison. It's like, why does the Jets or teams like the Jets, like even the Jacksonville Jaguars, why are you getting projects? Projects is a thing that your team is stacked already, and then fuck it. You know, you had this crazy D end who you kind of want to turn into a linebacker, or you had this basketball player guy who never really played tight end and played in senior year. All right,
Yep.
that's cool. But you can't have fundamental, sound guys that you're grabbing out of fucking Iowa. Like, no, dude. Yeah, you get an offensive lineman from Iowa, but I want everybody from the SEC. I'm
Yep.
sorry. That's it.
The SEC
Like,
is king.
yeah, like why are we just so crazy? Like for people to say, oh, I mean, it's crazy because you got what Patrick Mahomes was from kind of like a no-name school, right?
Yep.
He wasn't from a very popular.
Well, he went to Texas Tech.
Okay, that's a pretty good school
Yeah.
there. That's not a no-name school. And then what? Watson, what Clemson?
He went to
Right?
Clemson, but
Right?
he
And then
wanted chip.
Trubisky.
But
Yeah,
he wanted
Trubisky.
chip. He went back and he wanted Trubisky's. I think from North Carolina. Like he
Okay,
didn't
right,
have.
there
He
you
went.
go.
He was
Exactly.
a poopy school, and even in college he wasn't good.
All right, I don't know what. To be honest with you, I don't know what Matt Nagy is doing in Chicago. I'm very confused.
Yeah, me too. Because
You wasted
They-
a third round pick. Now he's on the bench. You're bringing Foles. No offense to the lawn chair that you like to call him, but
Yep.
he's serviceable. But he looks like shit lately. He just doesn't look good.
they're 2-4
And they have
with
no
him.
offensive weapons.
They're 2-4 with him,
Come on, that's terrible.
and Mitchell Trubisky's undefeated. Like,
Right, that was stupid of Matt Nagy to fuck that up
yep.
and like bench him. Just let him do his thing. You know what I mean? I mean, he kind of, it reminds me of a little bit the way he plays. He plays a little bit like Tim Tebow.
Yep. He.
He doesn't have a great ball. He's kind of big. He can run a little bit. You know, he
That's why the Bears should have went and got Cam.
facts.
Like, why not? Why not go
Or
get Cam?
I would have fucking made a bid for Teddy.
Yep.
Teddy was the hottest quarterback on the market and the
Yep.
most competent. You know
Yep.
what I mean? Like everywhere Teddy's went has been fabulous.
Yep.
He played great in Minnesota. He played great in our system for an hour. I don't know why we didn't keep him. We had him for a second and we just let him go. You know? Like get a guy
Stupid.
like that until you could get a for sure slam dunk player. And now the Jets are gonna take Trevor Lawrence, right? And who knows what's gonna happen because it's gonna take a fucking long time to build an offensive line around him, to get him weapons.
The only thing you could say is hopefully that Sam Darnold has a big like value. That
No, he
people-
doesn't. You killed
The-
Sam Darnold's value, right? Sam Darnold should have got fucking traded when he ran into the house. Should have been like, all right, this kid is dope. That was his
Hmm.
best game of the season. I don't know if you watched it. I forget who the fuck they were playing, but he got slammed down to the turf. You know, he came back from the locker room. He was playing. He was grinding. I would have moved him right then and there. Said, who wants him? But the thing is now the way the NFL is set up is fucked up because no one gives you. I mean, the smartest thing that the Jets did was move Adams because they got a first round draft pick for him.
Exactly.
You're not going to get a first round draft pick for Sam Darnold. You're not even going to get a second round draft pick for Sam Darnold, which is crazy. And then so what do? You got to keep Darnold, and then what? Now you make like a quarterback controversy right out the gate.
Or you leverage that first round pick and get like 19 first round
listen,
picks.
That's what they should do. That's what everybody's saying. But no, everybody. So I talked to the Joes and I talked to the pros, and the Joes are saying trade the pick, and the pros are saying take Trevor Lawrence.
Because they're saying
Because
Trevor
fucking-
Lawrence is like Peyton Manning, Andrew Luck, Tom
Yes,
Brady,
yes,
all
right.
wrapped in one.
Correct.
He's 6'6", has a
Right.
cannon.
Right.
He's
handsome. He got a mullet. He's got guns.
He can
he's
make-
gonna bring mad fucking women to the fucking game. I mean, he's gonna be selling fucking jerseys like a motherfucker.
He can hit every.
What? You know what he just said?
He can do
just
every
came out
show.
and said his fucking camp is basically trying to convince him to stay in school.
Yeah,
so that he
because
does-
he don't go to the Jets.
Yep. Does not want to go to the Jets. And I've talked to this with Joes and with pros, and people think I'm crazy, but I'm telling you, homeboy is not going to play for the New York Giants for the New York Jets. He's just not. He'll go to the Giants all day.
Probably, right?
No, for sure he would. That's a great organization. There's nothing. I mean, they're having a crappy season this year, but if you look at the Giants over the last 20 years, let's say, they're a 500 ball team, and they won 2 chips.
Hopefully, he comes out and says, "Yo, I want to go." Hopefully, his camp. Somebody from the Giants gets to his camp and be like, "Yo, say you will only pay for the Giants."
But I mean, this is the thing right now. The way the Jets are playing, bro. Fucking one mistake and they get out of the first pick. One mistake.
Because the Cowboys are right behind them, right?
Yeah, bro. Y'all motherfuckers are right behind them too. There's a whole bunch of teams.
But we fucked up because we got too many wins.
Right, exactly.
We fucked up.
Isn't that crazy? Can't be winning games.
Yeah, we fucked up, man. Fucking bullshit.
No, but I like Danny Dimes.
No, Danny Dimes.
He be trying.
Danny dribbles. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Bro, I seen that play you were telling me about. That shit was comedy,
bro.
Oh boy, just fell.
Like you're running wide open and fall.
The ghost tackled him. The grass.
I would get rid of Danny Dimes ASAP, and I'm trading Saquon. I'm getting rid of that. I'm getting pieces.
Now, fuck, it sucks because now Saquon's value goes fucking again.
Yeah, yep, because he got
terrible down the drain. I mean, I'm not saying that he can't come back. He's probably gonna come back and be a monster, but I don't think that the Giants aren't really. It's funny. The Giants spent a lot of money on building that offensive line for passing, not for running.
Exactly.
And that's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's why they're kind of competent right now.
That's why I didn't want to take Saquon. I wanted to take Quentin Nelson.
And Quentin Nelson was a D tackle, right?
No, he was the offensive lineman. The kid that went to
Quentin
the
Nelson.
Colts.
I know who Quentin Nelson was. He's the
big behemoth guard that he fucking pushed people out the way.
He's the reason why the Colts have like an amazing fucking offensive line.
Exactly. And I wanted him instead of Saquon. And we got Saquon.
I mean, I like Saquon.
I think I like him too. I think he's great and dynamic, but if you can't run the ball, it's useless.
So you think he's ineffective?
Yes.
And in space, or is it just like the system?
No, just us, the way we use him, the way we don't have a line for him to run between the tackles, or even to if maybe we took Kyle Shanahan's run zone approach, maybe
that, or start And you don't understand. The NFL has evolved in so many different ways. We have the the RPO. We have the option now with the quarterbacks that are coming out of college. Why in the fuck are we still running backs up the gut? I don't understand that. Put the dude in space and let homeboy have to run over a DB. Let a linebacker have to chase him to bring him down. Don't give free. I feel like it's so stupid. Like you give him free tackles, letting homeboy just run up the gut.
That's what Kyle Shanahan does. He does everything's like sweeps and zones.
Yes, he has the best. Kyle Shanahan has one of the best offenses in the league via how to utilize the running backs. The other one who does it too is my homeboy in Kansas City. He knows how to do it too. You put him in screens, let everybody chase him.
Speed runs.
Yeah, come on. Even line him up as a wide receiver. If he's got decent hands, it's another dude out of the box. Right, you're gonna force the team to put someone out there. They're not gonna leave homeboy alone, and if they do, you burn them every time. Right?
Yeah.
Even Sean Payne gets it. Sean Payne doesn't fucking run Kamara up the gut every fucking play.
No
he
shot.
Puts homeboy in a fucking stupid underneath pattern, and then homeboy takes it to the house. Right? It's crazy. That's what he does. He literally Drew Brees checks every fucking play to Kamara, every play, and it's not a running up the gut play, which I don't understand. I just don't get it. I don't know why these teams. It's so weird. It's like that any given Sunday shit. You ever seen every?
Of course.
Every given Sunday. Remember in the beginning where the coaches like run the same defense. This motherfucker's gonna run it this play.
Yep.
Coaches are so stubborn with the same bullshit. I'm like, bro, when is the running game gonna, I don't know, change, be dynamic? That's why the Wildcat was so fascinating to me. I was like, oh shit, someone's doing something different. Yep. Oh my God forbid we do Jets. You know who gets that shit too? Who I thought has been doing a really good job at it. Because I've been watching them, the Panthers.
Yep.
The Panthers line their wide receivers up as the running back.
Yep.
And then they just basically run a draw, and homeboy takes it to the house. And we run draws basically within the 20-yard line and the red zone. From there only. We don't do stupid shit like in our own, the other team's 20. We do it on our own 20.
You're right.
Just like no creativity when it comes to that. There's only a few teams that get that. You know what I mean? And I think that's a big reason why Tom Brady is struggling. Because I think
They
was
only
it,
ran the ball 5 times on Sunday.
not only that, but it's like, bro, I get it. Listen, Bruce Arians, you're the man. Byron Leftwich, you're the man. But bro, we can't. This is not Madden. You can't run streaks the whole game.
My thing is like but Bruce Arians is like, all right, cool. You haven't won anything at all. Not even a little bit. Like,
No, wasn't he? I mean, as a head coach, no, but I think he might have been on one of the Steelers.
fine. But what I'm talking about is a head
Super Bowl
coach.
teams.
Like,
No.
as a head coach, you haven't won anything. So you got to adapt to the times, especially when you get like Tom Brady's coming to your team. Like, you got to run the Patriots offense, run that offense.
Yes, that's what they should have did. 100%.
So-
And then basically blended.
Yeah.
Blend your flavor with Homeboy's flavor. Let
That's
him
it.
cook what he's good at doing. Then once that rhythm starts to go, you have Evans. Now you have Brown. You have Godwin. You
Yep.
have Gronk. So you could run a 4 or 5 streak play, every 20 downs. But when you're trying to like get big bombs deep, that's why they lost. That's why they lost against the Saints. Because the Saints understand, first of all, I'm limited, Drew Brees. My arm's limited, so I can't throw that bomb. So you know what? I'm just gonna cut you up in the inside. I'm gonna do every technical.
That's what he did, and that's what he stays doing.
He Peyton and him have a great understanding of precision. It's like comeback routes, slant routes. Like I said, they put Kamara in space. Like they just get it. They're not trying to like reinvent the wheel and make shit very complicated and difficult. It's like, let's keep it simple. Let's keep it easy.
Yep. What do you think? What did you think about Tua? Tua looked good.
He did. I read an article that made me a little sad. That he said basically because of his hip injury, he won't be the same kind of player.
He looked fine to me on Sunday running around.
Yeah. But I guess he thinks he would have been even better running around. You know what I mean? Like he knows that he doesn't have.
He
like,
looked accurate as fuck. Like his ball was perfect. Like he was hitting guys right in where they're supposed to be hit, like in stride, low, outside, back shoulder. Like he looked good, man. He looked real good.
Jets, bro. The one time that they have the opportunity to come up, because the Patriots are not as good as they once were. Fucking now the Bills and Miami are going to be a problem in that division.
Yep.
Because Allen and if Tua can continue to grow and play like this, wow, the Dolphins and now the Bills are going to be, and then what? The Patriots are only one quarterback away from being dope, right? Because that's how Bill builds it, basically. You know what I mean? Like his defense is always good. His offensive line is always good. His running backs are always good. It's just, he needs to get a quarterback and then a free agent wide receiver.
He might get, no lie, he might get Jimmy G back.
And I know what's up with Jimmy. I hear everybody's selling Jimmy G stock. By the way, I wish I would have said it on fucking wax. I never believed. And all that fucking bullshit he was talking about that he thought he was better than Brady. Get out of here, son. You okay. You okay. You serviceable. You in the Kirk Cousins department, my friend.
For sure.
That's where
he
you're
definitely is.
Yeah.
And and for whatever reason, Bill Belichick loved him or loves him. But
that's one thing I gotta say. McDaniels is really good at making plays suit his players. You know what I mean?
Oh, Kyle Shanahan. Yep.
No. Josh McDaniels. So I'm saying, like, if Jimmy goes back to New England, they're probably gonna cook too.
Yep.
Because McDaniels is a great offensive coordinator. He gets it.
He knows what to do. Like he knows.
I mean, dude, he's had so many fucking quarterbacks at this point. Now he has Cam, Tom. He had Jimmy G for a little bit. Remember that year that Tom Brady was suspended for those first 4 games? They had Jacoby
and Jimmy G.
So basically, he knows how to get it done. Yep. Right? He just needs a serviceable quarterback. And that's it. And we'll be good to go. I wonder what they're gonna do with Cam.
I think Cam's out of there. Cam might go to Chicago like next year, maybe. I don't know where he's gonna go.
I feel like Matt Nagy would not want that kind of player there because he'd be just I don't even know how to say it right, but he'd be just dripping, homie.
I don't know. You gotta take advantage of that defense. You probably got 2 more years of that defense.
No, but that's not entirely true. I mean, Khalil Mack is phenomenal, but the Bears have had the best defense for the last fucking 10 years, babe. Arguably. They've always been a fucking,
you just got to take advantage of it, though. Like, you got to take advantage of it. And I don't know. Maybe if the Jags don't get the quarterback they want, maybe he goes to the Jags, Cam.
I would totally go to fucking Florida if I was him. The weather's going to be good. You could be able to,
if I'm Cam, I'm going to the AFC. I'm not going to the NFC. The NFC is stacked with quarterbacks.
Oh.
No, the NFC is stacked with quarterbacks. As we got Breeze, you got Brady, you got Russell, you got Kyler. Like the NFC is exactly the NFC is packed.
Yeah.
The AFC is where it's shaky. You only got Mahomes. That's the and then you could just pick from there in AFC. Justin Herbert is up and coming. Tua is up and coming. But like for the most part, like
Lamar's stock is down.
Lamar, his thing he can't throw outside the numbers.
Yeah.
Like great, fantastic, fast.
And I think also too, like being that he has the knee injury, I don't think he's as explosive as he was last year.
Yep, and his that's still fast.
Right.
Like his slow is fast.
Isn't that crazy, bro? Like he was at 110 miles an hour,
and now he's at 105, and he's
like at 90. He's still killing it.
Exactly.
Blowing it.
Exactly, and he was complaining about supposedly that the other defenses are knowing their plays, but like you guys are running a shotgun with two guys back. You ready to throw outside the numbers.
You're getting predictable.
You're getting predictable. The NFL catches up to you quickly.
Super. Like 1 year is enough.
Yeah.
You got the tape and you shut the fuck down.
And you don't throw outside the numbers. You don't like to throw outside the numbers.
I think also too something that I noticed from last week's game and the other games, because I'm gushing on Josh Allen. Josh Allen, in my opinion, from the left side of the field, the guy is unbelievable. A lot of righties, I told you this before, have a hard time going to left. It seems like the same thing with Lamar, because you got to reset your feet to throw, and he's already struggling with that situation. And I think the team that played them last week, even though the Ravens won, they keep pushing him to the left side. So once he gets to the left, he could run, but that's about the only option he has. And also too, I don't know. They just brought back. You seen that the Des Bryant is a Raven now?
Yeah. But they didn't need a wide receiver if you don't throw it outside the numbers anyway. Like you're not throwing it outside. Lamar is not throwing the ball deep and outside the numbers. So you bringing another wide receiver doesn't do anything if you're not doing that anyway. You understand what I'm saying? Because Hollywood Marquise Brown is nice.
Bro, super. And he's fast as fuck.
But they don't give him the ball in space and don't give him the ball deep. Because Lamar doesn't throw deep. So you got to figure out something out. They're doubling Mark Andrews over the middle. They're like, no, you're not throwing to him no more. Fuck that.
Once you take Mark Andrews out, the team struggles.
Yeah, and that's it. And that's what they're doing. And they're
whatchamacallit, I was going to say, he reminds me, Cam was a better thrower than he was, but he kind of reminds me, Lamar, of Cam's earlier years. It's like feast or famine. Yep. It's either we're up by 50 or we lost by 10. You know what I mean? Like,
and that's what it's looking like, and I don't want him to be a one-hit wonder. I don't want
suck.
That would definitely suck, and you would prove all the doubters right who had this misconception of you anyway, saying you should have been a wide receiver.
Really, that's what they were saying.
They were saying he should have been a wide receiver coming out of college, but hopefully he gets it together. Hopefully, I don't know, maybe switch up the offense.
You know what they should do? They should probably look at what New England did with Gronkowski and Hernandez, and then just give them like 90 tight ends. You know what I mean? And then just run massive play action, run it down fucking people's throats, do rollouts. That way he can see the field. But if it's not there, you just dip.
Because they're gonna do what Pittsburgh did. I don't know if you've seen the Pittsburgh game. What they did was they just told them run straight at the quarterback, even if he hands it off to the running back. Just keep running at the quarterback when they do the RPOs. So like T.J. Watt and Bud Dupree would just run directly at the thing. So that's why like the Ravens, they ran for like 230 yards because they just kept running straight at the quarterback. It was not going to let him keep the ball or whatever. So Lamar just kept giving the ball to the running backs. But you got to figure out something how to get your playmakers in space.
I agree. I think it's one of the biggest things that I scream about, bro. I don't understand why you don't understand. Put the dude in space and let some people chase him and tackle him. You can't give easy things. You know what I mean? And now I don't even know. I think I forget what the guy's name is, but the offensive coordinator is the old 49ers offensive coordinator.
Romanowski.
Yeah, and it looked like for a little bit they had it cooking. But, if he can't scramble to the house for 90-yard plays, they struggle.
And they figured him out.
Yeah.
So, and they're doing what they're supposed to do. They beat the bad teams.
Yeah.
But they lose against the same level of competition or better teams.
Because to be honest with you, I mean, I don't know. Would you say that the Steelers and the Ravens are evenly matched? Or
yeah, I would say that.
But Big Ben puts them over the map.
Yeah, for sure.
The Rock, right? So they're not. They're more middle of the pile. But it's crazy that now the division is a problem.
Yeah.
Because you got Cleveland trying to make noise. Now you got Cincy trying to make noise.
You got Joe Burrow, and he's looking good.
He's looking great. He's looking.
He's looking like the number one overall pick, like he's supposed to.
Right. Right.
You know,
That has looked like that. We haven't seen one like that in a minute too.
it's an Andrew Luck.
Right. Because Baker struggled a little bit.
Even though he had the rookie touchdown record, but for the most part,
Right.
he still struggled, and he's not a big guy anyway. Baker's like 5'11", 6 feet.
I know.
So
Right. He's more in the like the Drew Brees kind of prototypical body style and build. He's a little smaller.
for sure, and then that.
That's why. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't like. He's gonna hopefully Odell gets out of there, doesn't get stuck, and the offense will be different.
Meaning.
Like Baker, as strong-willed as he might come across his persona on TV, he couldn't handle like not getting Odell the ball. So like he was
Right.
too targeted, like focused
Right.
on Odell, that fucked him up with everybody else.
So he basically he had to force tunnel vision, and forcing tunnel vision fucked up his game because
Cor-
Odell's gonna keep bitching about giving the rock.
Correct.
I don't know. Like for me, I would just give Odell the rock like all first quarter, and then like second, third quarter, be like, bro, I already give you 2 touchdowns. Go sit down. You're good.
You
We got
could do
this.
that.
You know what I mean? Like get him out the way. But I think Odell for sure is probably not gonna stay in Cleveland.
No,
I think that I mean, what's the trade? Is he a free agent after this year?
no, I think he has one more year and then he's done. But they're gonna have to trade him.
Yeah, I would trade him.
Yeah,
I would trade him for sure. I mean, they should trade him for some defense because the fucking Browns defense stinks.
if I'm Odell, I'm trying to get to Kansas City.
Them motherfuckers is full between Hardman and Tyreek and motherfucking Kelsey and Le'Veon and Allaire. They just got way too many mouths to feed.
That's what I'm saying. But you get rid of Sammy Watkins and you bring in Odell.
Yeah, but that's like some shit you don't even want to deal with. I forgot to talk about Sammy Watkins because Sammy Watkins is a beast too.
Yeah, but that's another guy who's always injured.
Yeah, he is too.
Fart or sneeze.
Yeah,
oh,
whatever.
pull hammy.
Yep, we
Pull
done.
hammy. I'm done. 6
I don't
weeks.
know. What do you think that is? You think it's just like overtraining or bad training or what? Like, I mean, you can say the same thing about Julio.
It
You
could
fucking sneeze on
yeah.
Julio, Julio goes down too.
It could be a couple of things. It could be maybe your body shouldn't be as ripped as it should be. I know that sounds crazy. Your muscles are probably too tight. You're probably not
Right. A
stretching
little thing,
enough.
boom, and then you're like,
You're probably not
broke.
stretching enough. Probably you're probably dehydrated. You're not hydrated enough. Could be something like that. Could be a bunch of things. You don't ice right. You don't stretch right. I don't know. It could just be one of those people who just always gets hurt. It could just be you have bad luck, where the injury gods are just not on your side, where anything can happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and
It's
I've
crazy.
seen that. Look at Derrick Rose, both knees.
That was so sad. That kid was supposed to be a phenom.
Yep.
He was until he got fucked up.
Brandon Roy, another beast. He has no cartilage in his knees, so he had to stop playing. It's just like these unlucky things where you can't catch a break.
Well, at least Sammy got a ring out of it. Julio had a chance, but the Falcons fucking blew it. You know, he ain't gonna get
Falcons are the Falcons.
Yeah, they're. I don't know what's up. That team is just like jinxed or some shit. By the way, happy Friday the 13th. Speaking of jinx.
Wow, I can't believe that. I forgot.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you see,
It's-
I'm helping you.
This COVID stuff has everything out of
No,
whack.
you don't even know what fucking day of the week it is of COVID. It's every day's Monday.
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
It's true, bro. Bro, where the fuck did this year go? Right? It was like February a minute ago. Now we're already.
Bro, I was talking to my girl. She was like, I was like, yeah, it was January, and then it was February, then it was March,
Yeah,
and then
that's
it was
too long.
April, and then it was May, June, July, November.
Boom, done. Boom. Here
What?
we go. Bang.
What?
Yes.
Like we already Thanksgiving soon. Like Christmas is
I know.
around the corner.
Fucking nuts, dude.
Like it's crazy that late great Kobe Bryant is about to be like 3 months away from already being a year.
Yeah,
Like-
that's crazy. Fuck, I didn't even think about that.
You know, like
Shit's going down fast.
fast, bro, fast. Well, fast. What a sad day, man. That was
Yeah.
such a sad day.
By the way, what a fucking shit show that whole fucking situation was, right? Like, if you're a police officer, you're a fucking cocksucker trying to like fucking floss photos of some dead dude. And then on top of it is Kobe Bryant. Like,
Yep.
My man, have some respect, bro. You're fucking ridiculous. Had to be some motherfuckers from LA.
I didn't. You know what's crazy? It was how like I've been a big Kobe fan for forever.
Bro, you and me, bro. We
For
watched the
forever.
homeboy for like
So
was
like
wild.
I knew he was like loved, but like I don't know he was beloved by so many people after. Like when he passed away, it was like the world lost somebody oddly important. Like everybody felt some type of way.
Bro, not only that, when you talk about contributions to the field, to the court, to the diamond, whatever the fuck you want to call it, and then you talk about homeboy off the court, and again, I've spoken to pros about it, and they were like, this dude was just like had so much depth to him. A friend of mine who covered them for a long time, he was telling me, he was like, bro, Bryant would want the greatest and best people around him because he was just so fascinated with learning and was fascinated about people who were the best at their field and how he can like bring parts of that into his game. And I can't believe we didn't get to see, more of Bryant. It would have even been interesting to see how Bryant would have handled BLM. You know
Yep.
what I mean? I mean, I don't know how activist he was.
he said, I remember one of his old interviews that he would have not played, I believe, when they were talking about the like when they took the jerseys off for Donald Sterling. I think he said he wouldn't have played. That's how he would have done it. But it's hard. It's easy to say you're gonna do things when you're not
Sure,
in the
of course.
situation.
Yeah, 100%.
On the outside looking in. Oh, and I think he said he would have kneeled with Cap.
Facts.
He would have
Oh,
definitely kneeled.
hey, that shit is so stupid.
He would have
Dumbest
kneeled.
shit ever.
But again, like I said, on the outside looking in, everybody's gonna say like I don't
Right, of
I don't want to say that he wouldn't have done it, but you could
But
say
I feel like basketball players, right? They don't get as much scrutiny as other players in the sense of like they if you don't have like a social activism voice in basketball, it's kind of weird, right? Like that seems to go with the program.
But they don't get scrutinized
Football,
for doing anything like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. In football, I mean, it's not apparent in baseball. Baseball is just they just play one game. They don't give a fuck what the fuck is going on, right? And then football, all of a sudden, I don't know how the fuck this happened, but football equals military. I don't know how that happened.
Yep.
If you fucking fuck with anything that's
That's
relative
the
to
issue
that,
I have
you're
with
a fucking
basketball,
sucker.
man. That's the big issue I have with basketball. Is like when the Hong Kong shit happened, everybody was quiet and mouse
Yep.
because it was the bottom line.
Mm-hmm.
And now,
Money, bro. You crazy?
and like most people don't know this, but the college NCAA, the whole basketball, the one and done, that's not a college rule. That's a NFL rule. I mean, an NBA rule.
Why they want a more polished player?
They were trying to say like the theory was that the league was getting too young and the veterans were getting pushed out the back door.
That makes sense.
So
That
they
was happening.
but
That was kind of happening.
but
for a
now
while.
what happened was they're not keeping the veterans,
Mhm.
and you're getting younger players anyway, and you're not spending that money on veterans anyway.
Right.
So the exact thing that they want to happen happened anyway. But what I'm saying is like the NCAA is getting the most backlash from saying that these basketball players should be getting paid. How about you, NBA, don't have this dumbass rule where you have somebody has to be either in finish high school and go overseas for a year or go to college for 1 year. That's an NBA rule. That's not a NCAA rule. But the NCAA gets the
It's because people don't
force
know.
of everything. Exactly.
Yeah, because people don't know and people don't do their research.
Exactly.
Right. So then when they see that line, they're like, of course, NCAA. But the NCAA has a lot of fucking problems.
No,
bro.
for sure.
They need
I'm
to
not.
figure out how to pay athletes.
I'm
You
not.
gotta
I'm not absolving them at all.
No, I get you. I know. I'm just saying. I think that's why it's just an extra thing for people.
I just think the NCAA just gotta handle it on some mafia shit. So, Mr. Polo players down here, women's badminton players. I'm sorry, you don't generate billions of dollars of money to the school. Stop
That's the only
saying
reason why you should get paid.
Like-
if I'm in the football program and the football program sells out every goddamn week, and we have like sold out jerseys and this and that, it's not that I'm choosing, is that this is what's happening. Okay?
exactly.
it is what it is, bro. I'm
And it's
sorry.
fucked up that
Baseball
like
doesn't get love like that either. You know, like college baseball is patty. Nobody people
NCAA
care about
period. It's all
little league baseball more than they do about
Yep.
college baseball,
E-
right? So it's basically basketball and football. That's it.
Yep.
Sorry, these two players they get paid. Sorry,
That's it.
everybody else. Sorry. I mean, and I think that the argument, right? So the argument is, oh, you shouldn't pay athletes, right? Because they're student athlete, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what you tell Mrs. Badminton, and that's what you tell homeboy from golf. It's like, bro, you go to school for free. That's how you got paid. But this guy, like, no one's buying your golf club. No one's buying your tennis racket. Like,
Exactly.
you know this jersey that has number 5? They're buying it because they know that this kid wears it, even though that there's no fucking name on the back of the jersey.
And now some of that money that is coming from their program, because it's a sports program, and that money gets distributed to the golf, or gets distributed to volleyball, gets distributed to whatever. They get a bulk of that. So let them get the bulk of it because they're bringing the majority of the money. Did you hear? Look at that. Talking about that. Did you hear? Did you see what Avery Bradley did? Avery Bradley donated $30,000 to the WNBA.
I know. See, that's the same shit we were talking about. Now, are you going to be with me and saying that that's not enough, correct?
Correct. No, but what I'm saying is he had to donate to this league because it's not popular.
He had to resuscitate it with 30 grand.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Correct.
Like you had to pay something that nobody wants to watch.
Yes.
And it's not, as women, I'm sorry, you fantastic. You probably could bust my ass one-on-one or whatever, my group of friends. But nobody wants to watch you play.
It's weird that they don't even get like, you know, I don't know how to phrase this, but women are not like, and the majority are not super crazy about sports. And then to give them an obscure sport about them playing, like it's the same reason why women's soccer folded. Nobody was watching.
Exactly. And they won. They win gold medals all the fucking time for Team
They were
USA.
the best of the best.
Yep.
Right? And still, no. Sorry.
No.
Fuck that. We're done. That's what they should do too. Take all that money that they're losing and fucking make the greatest women's basketball team every 4 years to play at the Olympics. And that's it. I mean, it's gonna be a lot of unemployed people, but you're not. There's no eyeballs on the games. I would have thought doing for COVID, motherfuckers would have watched more, and they didn't even watch.
Or change a rule. Change rules to your game to make it exciting.
Yeah.
Like, sorry.
Make a full point.
The fact that you got a donation from an NBA player to pay something in the league period is not a good thing, and it's not a good look.
No, not at all.
So they got to do something about that.
I
Make
know.
the rim lower.
Just so scoring is higher.
Scoring is higher, and you have women dunking on each other. These 6'7" women
Yeah,
dunking.
yeah. To be honest with you, that's probably the biggest thing. That's what makes basketball exciting.
Yeah.
Dunks.
Dunks. That'd be dope when you see a shorty coming out of the lane and she could dunk, and she dunks on another shorty.
Right.
That'd be fire.
Why you think women NBA is so dope? You got two hot chicks whipping each other's ass, right? You see homegirl lump up the other chick. It's exciting.
MMA, yep.
They for whatever reason the UFC got the women's shit on smash.
Yep. And even there's still not enough women.
Sure, right, but that's because girls I don't think are all lining up to get their ass whooped. You know what I mean?
Or
and dudes
ass
are
kicking.
more violent, and dudes are more violent by
nature. Yep.
Yeah, we just want to fucking break shit
for sure.
All right, so are we gonna get into these fucking picks or what?
All right, so we're winding down. So let's get into these picks. So we're doing CBS Sports again.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. We'll just because we're smart. I'm on. Who the fuck am I on? Yeah, I am on CBS Sports again. I love CBS Sports. I feel like they're fair. They don't just talk about Dallas and Tom Brady.
Yeah. LeBron.
Oh my god.
All right.
Okay, so what's your first game?
I got Washington at Detroit. Detroit is minus 4.5.
All right, boom. Washington at Detroit. Wow, this game is a stinker.
Yep.
A
big stinker.
I'm gonna take Detroit easy only because it's the home team. I don't like the 4. But again, well, actually, you know what? Let me see. Let me think. Because Alex Smith is playing this week.
After 4.5.
I think it was 20 surgeries or something crazy.
Yeah,
bro.
I was like,
that's that. God bless Alex. I'm glad that he's back. I'm glad that he's playing. I can't believe it took so long for him to get back the steering wheel. Man, some of these organizations are silly because they keep on blundering the quarterback thing. But I'm still sticking with my guns. I'm gonna take Matthew Stafford. I think that they're starting to really cook. I think Swift is starting to come up, and their wide receiver is pretty dynamic. Which one?
You talking about Galladay?
Nah, Galladay's injured. I like the other kid. What's the other kid?
Jones, Marvin Jones.
He's a beast. So I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna take Marvin Jones and I'm gonna take the Detroit. I'm a little nervous about the 4, but I think that Detroit bounces back.
Okay, I'm gonna go the opposite. I'm gonna go with Washington to cover.
Mm-hmm.
I think 4.5 is a lot. I think Alex Smith is gonna get in the groove, and he's not gonna let it get out of hand. He's Mr. Game Manager himself.
Mm-hmm.
And then my fantasy pick for the game is gonna be T.J. Hawkinson.
Oh my God, he's been good too.
Yep.
He's been good too. All right, that's awesome. On to the next one. Let me see what I want to pick. Okay, we'll do this game because I was interested in this game. We're gonna go with the Seattle Seahawks at Los Angeles Rams. What do you got? I already know what you got. So
That's
I already I
That's
know
a
what you
close one.
think.
That's a close one. That's
Really
a close one.
close one. Fucking Rams are trash, bro.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with the Rams. The Rams
Wow.
are
Okay, tell me what's the I didn't even I didn't even mention the spread.
Rams are -2.
Damn, all day. Last week, fucking the Seahawks burnt us.
Yep.
Fucking
Because Russ had 4 turnovers. That's why.
yeah. Well, Russ is the whole goddamn team.
Yep. So I think I'm gonna go with Rams just because they're coming off a bye. I think they'll be ready to play,
Okay, that's actually good reasoning. I like that.
and they're home. So
Okay, yeah,
so I'm gonna go with the Rams, and I'm gonna go with Jared Goff.
nice. That's dope. Okay, you know who I'm gonna take, but it's weird because now I'm torn. I feel like the safer play. So, anyways, I'm gonna take Seattle. 2 points is really easy. Seattle's been playing some crazy games, and I think they're number 1 or number 2 at points scored. I think they're also number 1, number 2 in points allowed, which are both dangerous stats.
Yep.
So I'm gonna still take Seattle. I'm gonna take my man, the cook, the chef that cooks all the time, Russell Wilson. But I think the safer play is to start DK Metcalf. I think if he turns the ball over 4 times, that's gonna fuck you in fantasy, again. And this week they're playing. You know, it's gonna be a great matchup to watch in this game. Jalen Ramsey against DK Metcalf, because I think that those are 2 physical guys that they're gonna be, locked on. So it'll be interesting to see. But yeah, I'll take Seattle and I'll take Russ.
Got you. All right, now we have Jacksonville Jaguars at Green Bay, and
Bro,
Green Bay is 13.5.
Bro, we're gonna do this real quick. This is probably be the shortest one. Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers, game over. There's not much to say, bro. Jacksonville Jaguars. And I know you're gonna think about the points.
13.5.
Okay, hold on. Is it in Florida or is it in Green Bay?
No, it's at Green Bay. It's in Green Bay.
Fuck, bro. Listen, I'm gonna fuck with my man who put all that money. He's about to be a millionaire this weekend. I'm messing with him.
All right,
all
so 13.5 Green Bay. I'm gonna probably go with. I'm going Jacksonville. I think they're gonna. I think they cover 14.
By the way, who the fuck is their quarterback?
I don't know, but he was airing it out to DJ Chark last week.
Yeah,
so I'll take it.
He looked like he got it. He looked better than Gardner Minshew.
So I'll take that. I'm gonna take Jacksonville for just because it's 14 points. Like I gotta take that.
Sense. That's a smart money.
And then as my player of the game, my fantasy player is probably gonna be DJ Chark again because that's the only person I can see them doing anything with.
Peppering.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Good. That's great. I wonder if that's gonna be a record under 30 under 30 seconds of pick. All right, this is a good one, I think. The San Francisco 49ers travel to New Orleans to play the Saints.
I'm taking San Francisco just because the spread is -10. So I think I'm going to take San Francisco to take +10. They're getting their weapons back. Brandon Ayuk is back this week. He comes off the COVID list. He's like the number 1 receiver. They get a couple of their running backs are coming back healthy. Tevin Coleman's back. I think it'll be a close game because +10 is a lot. Kyle Shanahan is going to draw something up, and I think they'll be good to go.
Man, I love this. I'm going to go completely opposite. This is definitely a trap game, but I think that now I think the Saints are one of the best teams in the NFC. I also think that they're the best team in that division. I'm gonna go with the Saints, and because he's just been killing it, I'm gonna take Drew Brees. And the 10 points is easy. If they smoked the Bucks, the Niners are not as good as the Bucks. From an offensive standpoint. So I'm gonna take it. It's gonna be crazy because I'm probably gonna lose this game on those points. But Breeze and Saints -10.
Okay. Now we have Tampa Bay at Carolina.
Ooh,
And Carolina's +6
one.
at home.
That's a lot. But I'm gonna still Fuck it. I'm gonna roll with my boy Teddy and the 6. Fuck it. Let's go. My man is he's unbelievable. He's quietly having an MVP season, and it sucks that there's so many other quarterbacks playing really good too that Teddy's kind of getting lost in the shuffle.
Gotcha.
Their defense is starting to come around. I think the fact that they got their running back, that guy is unbelievable.
When he got hurt, yeah, and then
Caffrey got hurt again?
Yeah, he might not play this week.
All right. Well, I don't care. They're still good. Teddy's got those guys. The backup running back is phenomenal.
Yeah, Mike Davis.
Yeah, he's great.
All right, I'm going to go to opposite. I'm going to take Tom Brady and the Bucks to bounce back from that shit show debacle that they had against the Saints. I had an interesting stat I heard Shannon Sharp say on Undisputed. Carolina only has 10 sacks on the season.
Damn, they're just as bad as the fucking Jets.
So I think I'm gonna take the Bucks. They don't create any pressure, and Tom Brady's Achilles heel is pressure. And if they're not gonna pressure him, I'll take Tom Brady, and Tom Brady's gonna probably pick him apart.
Yeah, I agree. That's a.
So I'll take the points -6 and the Bucks.
Brady, we're doing both the quarterback challenge here. All right, this game seems really interesting to me. As a Sunday nighter, it might suck, but I find it fascinating. Ravens go to New England to play Cam the Superman. What do you think?
I don't know. New England's all over the place.
Yeah,
I feel like Belichick is like, second round pick.
Yeah,
third round
he's
pick,
fucking all day. It looks like they're tanking on purpose for
exactly.
in some ways because they be winning games and then they're like, oh fuck this, let's take this game. I feel like this one is kind of easy though.
I'm gonna take New England to cover.
How much is the spread? By the way, I didn't
+7.
+7. Okay, that's kind of a lot for this team.
I think because New England's at home, I think they cover. And my fantasy player is probably gonna be Jacoby Myers.
Yeah, he's cooking too. He's starting to catch fire, especially with Cam.
Yes, he is.
I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna say this is gonna be a fucking blowout. Last week, the Patriots got lucky to get on the board. They was getting smacked by the Jets, and we all know how crazy that is. I think that this is the game that the Ravens start to get a little bit more focus, and for the most part, the Ravens play really good, including Lamar on primetime games. So I'm going to take Lamar, and I'm going to take the Ravens on this one.
Got you.
What do we got next?
All right, let's go Philly at Giants. Giants are +4.
I'll let you start out with that. What you got?
I'm taking my G-Man to cover, baby. We're not going to win, but we're going to cover because we play hard and we compete. All right.
What's the spread? What's the spread?
+4.
Yeah, that sounds like a good one.
And at home, and yeah, Giants at home +4. So I'm taking my Giants at home. We might lose, but we're not gonna get blown out. So I'm gonna take the Giants, and then I'm gonna take Wayne Gallman. He's been balling.
He has been balling. I was thinking about picking him up. But yeah, no, that's good. I'm fucking with you all day. If the Giants can sack the most sackable quarterback in the league, they're gonna win because that dude gets hit so much. Also, it's got to stop getting sacked, bro, and stop getting hit. They got to protect my man. I think that's a large reason why they struggle. They don't really have a crazy good running game. I don't know. Coming off of a Super Bowl, they were stacked, and all of a sudden, it seems like the cupboard is empty. So I'm taking the G-Men. Give me those points. I'll definitely take the +4, and I am taking Ingram as my tight end. Homeboy's been quietly having a fabulous season. I think he's almost scored in like the last 3 games.
Okay. I think so. You're right. We got Houston at Cleveland. -3.5 for Cleveland.
Wow. I'm gonna take. Damn. See, I gotta start watching games again because now I'm drawing blanks. But I'm gonna fuck with it. I'm gonna take the magician Watson, and Houston. And you said it was how many? What was the spread?
3.5 for Cleveland.
Okay, yeah, no, I'll take that all day. They could do that. We're gonna get it done.
So you
get some Fuller, get some Fuller in the building, get some Cooks in the building. We're gonna get my man Cobb. It's gonna be great. Even I love their tight end too, even though he doesn't get a lot of love. But yeah,
Darren Fells.
Yes, Fells catches everything that's thrown to him.
All right,
so I'm gonna take them, and the 3 seems pretty easy too to hopefully get.
I'm gonna go opposite. I'm gonna take Cleveland.
They're off of a bye too, so that bodes well for them too.
And they're home, and I don't know what the weather's going to be like. It is cold in New York today, so it might be cold in Cleveland on Sunday. And Houston just, I don't know, their defense has been poopy. I don't know what
It's
it is, man.
it's because as soon as they lost to Jadavian Clowney, it was a huge.
Yep.
They haven't been able to fulfill.
So,
Like if you double team Watt, that's it.
yep. So I'm gonna go with Cleveland, and I'm gonna go with probably Kareem Hunt as
Nice.
my fantasy pick.
Yeah, he's great. I think that's let me see. Boom,
we-
boom, 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 boom.
We got
no,
we got
yeah.
one,
Hey,
two,
other picks. They got other picks here.
3, 4 games to pick. 5 games to pick.
Left.
Yep. We got Buffalo at Arizona.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I'm looking at the same thing. So Buffalo at Arizona.
Arizona's minus 2.5.
Yeah, I know that this is a little bit closer game, but they're at AZ. I don't know the Bills. The Bills struggle a little bit. They played good last week, but I'm gonna take the Cards in this one because they're home, and I'm gonna take Kyle Murray as my quarterback. Kyler Murray.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Buffalo's on the road. I'm probably gonna go with. I'm gonna go with Arizona as well. I think
Right? This was a tough game to pick.
minus 2.5. No what? Fuck that. I'm going
Bill,
Buffalo.
There you go. Come on, be a real New York
Yeah.
fan.
Yeah,
Let's
I'm
go.
going-
Niagara Falls, baby. Let's do it.
I'm going Buffalo. I think they just showed out last week, and I like the way what they're doing over there. John Brown came back, and you spoke about how John Brown changes the offense for them. I'm gonna go Buffalo. Buffalo, and my guy's probably gonna be Stephon Diggs.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, bro. You know who's been cooking on that team, and is another reason why they're starting to really, really get it together, bro. Cole Beasley's like elevated his game.
Yep.
He's scoring touchdowns now. I think a couple weeks ago he had like 15 receptions in one game. Like he's really starting to be a huge part of their offense. I do like the Bills. This was a tough game to call.
Yep.
I just think that Arizona's defense is a little bit better than the Bills.
Yeah, that's true.
That's it. Okay, so I'll take this one. We're gonna go because I'm in SD. I'll present it to you. You start, and then I'll finish. And we're gonna go. They're no longer from SD, but
Yeah.
the Miami Dolphins come to LA to play the Chargers.
Well, they at Miami, isn't it?
No, they're in the Chargers. I
Yeah,
believe. Is it? What does it say on your paper? Because I'm looking at this thing reverse.
Isn't normally the bottom team at the home team?
Yeah. So then I might be
Yeah,
confusing. it.
Miami's home.
Okay, with the Cards
Chargers
home?
the Cards were home.
Okay, perfect. Because this thing is reading me the wrong facts.
No problem.
So the Chargers go to Miami, which is going to be a bitch. Anybody who flies to Miami, that's a difficult play. I don't know why. The two rookie quarterbacks.
I'm just gonna
back.
go with Miami just because I trust their coach more.
Yeah,
That's
agreed.
just coming down to it.
Agreed.
Anthony Lynn might be on his way out. I don't know. Their team is good enough for them to win, and some of the calls he has caused that team to have a winning record.
Agreed.
So I'm just gonna go with Miami just of pure better coaching, and I'm gonna probably I'm gonna go with Tua, the rookie.
Okay, that's fire. Okay, I like it. So that's I don't know, homeboy crazy. I like Herbert. He looks like he doesn't even understand what they're doing. In the sense of like, doesn't matter who's the foe, doesn't matter if they're on the road or home. Homeboy goes good. I'm gonna go wild. This is gonna be an upset for me. I'm gonna say it's gonna be close, but I'm gonna take the Chargers in this one. And I think that I'm gonna take Herbert too. I think that they're gonna ball out. I think their running backs are gonna start to catch the momentum. And Tua hasn't seen a wall yet. I think he's gonna run into Joey Bosa a little bit, and it might change things up. Though I think also the good thing is for the Chargers that they play in good weather, being from LA. So I don't really think the Dolphins ship. But Miami's a party town, so who knows? But I'm gonna take the Chargers, and I'm gonna take Herbert.
Okay, we
As
got
a fantasy player in that game.
got you. So we got Denver at Vegas,
That's easy all day. How much is that spread?
3.5.
Give me Vegas.
Raiders.
Yeah, give me Vegas all day, and give me Fells. Another one that he's probably top 3 tight end in the league.
Darren Waller.
Yeah, sorry, Waller. My apologies. I said Fells, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Darren Waller, unbelievable. Just he's got great chemistry, and it looks now like Jacobs is starting to score again. So the Raiders are dangerous.
Okay, I'm gonna go with you on this one. I'm gonna take the Raiders minus 3.5. to cover, and then my fantasy player is probably gonna be Derek Carr. I think he's sneaky having a good season
Yeah, he is. He's another player that a lot of people are not talking about. Their record doesn't reflect how
because
good
it's
they
Tom Brady, it's LeBron James, it's Cowboys.
We gotta start our own sports show and fucking start, passing
Talk
the
about
ball.
everybody else.
Jesus Christ. Okay, then what else we got? Because I can't let
we
you
have
go.
we have Cincy at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is -7.
Okay, I'm gonna take Cincy to cover, just because Joe Burrow is just unbelievable, and they're coming off of a bye. I'm gonna take 85.
Got you.
My
T.
man is
Higgins?
yeah, he's just great. I'm starting him this week. I'll be honest with you. I would start all my Bengals. Anybody who's listening who has Bengals, start them all. They're gonna score a lot, because I think that whatever Dallas did last week exposed a little bit that Pittsburgh defense, and Burrow's just gonna go in there and smoke them. So I'm gonna take Joe Burrow, and I'm gonna take Cincy to cover.
Got you. I'm gonna take Cincy to cover as well, but I think Pittsburgh does win this game.
Oh, for sure, Pittsburgh wins this game.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Pittsburgh to cover because Big Ben is coming off the COVID list, so he really couldn't practice this week, and like 3 more other guys.
Also, too, Steelers are like bound to fall.
Yeah,
they can't stay undefeated forever.
True.
That's the dangerous thing, because
and I'm just going stupid hard headed here. I'm just gonna take James Conner as my fantasy player.
Jesus,
the Bengals are so bad. They have to run the ball up the middle. Like, he has to get something. Seriously. Hopefully. So I'll go with James Conner and +7 for Cincy.
Perfect.
And then we have Minnesota. Last game right now is Minnesota at Chicago, and Chicago's +3.
I know you be paying attention to this shit. Is my man Cook gonna play or not?
Yes, he's playing.
Fantastic. Minnesota over Chicago all day. My man Dalvin Cook is gonna be cooking like a motherfucker. 200 yards on the ground again, and 2 TDs. He's one of the best running backs in the league. If he can stay healthy, he's unbelievable. So, and you said by 3, that's gonna be great. It's all gonna be dependent on. Do you know? I haven't watched a lot of Bears games. Are the Bears DBs pretty solid or not so much?
Okay.
Okay, so perfect. I like it all day. The Soda's gonna get it done, and it's in Soda, or is it?
No, it's in Chicago.
Ooh, it's gonna be a windy day, but I still like. Even though Kirk Cousins is kind of at the bottom of the quarterback pool, he still can play. So I'm gonna take Minnesota and Dalvin.
I'm gonna go with Chicago, and the only reason why I'm going with Chicago, because it's a Monday night game, and Kirk Cousins.
Monday night game, what a shitty Monday night game.
And Kirk Cousins is atrocious in prime time.
Prime games.
He's like 2-15 in prime time, like something ridiculous. So that's the only reason why I'm going with Chicago.
Okay.
And that's it. I don't really have anything else. I'm probably gonna go with maybe
right.
Yeah.
Bears D or Jefferson.
No, probably Bears D.
Yeah.
Probably Bears D and Bears to cover.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at right now, and that concludes all our games, bro.
Yeah, I know. Episode 3 in the bag. We're excited of the live things. We're gonna be putting up these episodes up very, very soon.
Yep.
Thank you everybody for listening, and I want to give a shout out to my people in Germany, in Russia. I can't believe you guys are listening. Thank you so much for the support, and of course the US of A. But it's always
international, baby.
Yeah, we're blowing up. I'm worldwide. We're like fucking people podcasts. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Thanks, Hollow Clutch, for coming on and giving me time. We'll talk to everybody soon. We'll see you guys next Friday.
For sure. Have a good night.
Yes, sir.